Welcome to PBKC Streaming Live. Streaming Live. Streaming live, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh my goodness, folks. We made it. We are streaming like Willie Beeman all the way to the Omaha table today. We got 10 players, which is one more than normal.
Yep.
On our Omaha 3K guarantee.
Yeah.
Sally D, Steffi Mo,
Hello, everybody. Hello.
the famous Steffi Mo, the Fortnite streamer herself.
Oh, thank you.
Over under on how many times you say fam.
Too many. Over 100.
All right. Over under how many times I say forget about it.
Oh, definitely over 100.
Forget about it. There's
Exactly.
one.
There's one.
Oh no, that's actually two.
We should have like a ticker. Like,
It's actually two forget about it. Another three. Oh no, it's cascading.
oh, they can't hear us. They can't. Oh, maybe is this why?
Why
Oh
you
my
cannot
God.
hear me?
Really? You can't hear us? Are you sure?
See, this is why we do these things.
Liz
How about
cannot
now?
hear us. Hello. Oh, that's weird.
Are we not on?
No, it is on.
Are we
I turned
not
it on. Oh no.
Still can't hear?
Maybe try that. Click that. How about now?
How about now? Can you hear me
Scroll
now?
down a little bit. Hello.
Hello.
Might have to restart it. Maybe it's just the Streamlabs.
Streamlabs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tell me if you can hear us, please. We need to know.
Sometimes it's just the actual thing. No? Oh no.
Still can't hear. Couldn't hear yesterday either. Oh boy.
Let me
There
that's
must
how
be.
Josh knows.
Yeah, text them.
Well, put the
Maybe
game
we're
on
on mute.
so they could see that at least.
Yeah. This way you don't have to watch me do technical stuff. Wait, you can't even hear me. Who am I talking to? Mark said he had 30,000.
Oh, we're trying to fix the
Mark
audio.
has 33,500.
Yeah, this is yours.
No.
Mark has 33.5.
I don't know why you got
You're like, I got gifted
Anybody want to switch with me?
Yeah, this is
What
yours.
about now? Can you hear me now?
How about now,
I think
guys?
that's my stat.
I was going to say
Oh, here we go.
I think I'm starting
This
to
is
fix
it. Volume of the recording. No. Don't touch that. It's this. Volume is super low. How about now? Talk to me, guys. All my
Oh man, we had a good intro too.
chatters. We had the best intro.
Dang.
Come on, tell me if you hear me. Holla.
Yay, we fixed
Yo.
it, Sal.
Okay, we did it.
Dream team, let's go.
Okay, can you hear me? It's okay? We okay today?
We Gucci.
All right, let's go back to the intro. Welcome to the Omaha.
Yay.
Yeah, the other one was so much better.
It
Over
really
under
was.
fams,
It's
forget
almost-
about it. Here we go.
Yeah,
Let's
moments
just-
passed. God.
Moment of truth now. Moment of truth.
Aw, thank you, Kiki. Thank you for joining. I'm glad I could do that for you. Sal's also a great
Which
voice.
one's Kiki?
Kiki, do you love me? We made a song. You know what's up.
Repeat it. There was a lot of Welcome to the Action Palace,
yeah.
Omaha 3K Guarantee.
The Legend Steffi Mo, Sal D, the best in the biz, you know,
Yes, all that kind of stuff.
all that jazz.
Of course it wasn't recorded. Of course.
Of course. Hey, listen, at least they
All
told us
those-
right away. We
all
could have
those-
been talking this whole time and they'll be like, hey, still nothing.
I know. All
That
those
would've been
hours in the writer's den trying to
That
put that
happened
together.
to Nancy and
put
I.
that bit together.
15 minutes and we're like, oh my God.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Shout out to Nancy. You rock. We have ladies' night booked the whole month coming up. Loving it.
Nancy indeed rocks.
Yeah. The best in the biz. Too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Also the best in the
yeah,
biz.
no, but she's an OG.
Well, I do not think I do not think this means what you What do you think it means?
It is. I like the table we have here, by the way, Sal.
I
All
know.
these great, great guys we have here.
We got Mark
Yeah.
right now who's trying to bluff with his straight to the 5.
But it ain't happening with Eric's flush.
Eric has a flush, but I will say that Eric's flush is not so good.
Not so good.
Mm-mm.
It's good right now.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is that he's gonna call that 4,000 easy call.
He has to.
4,000 easy call.
It'd be crazy not to.
Especially against Mark. I mean, look at that hat. It just screams on bluffing, doesn't it?
You look at people's outfit and you're like, oh yeah, you're bluffing.
He is bluffing 100%. Call, easy call.
Yeah.
Mark shows the straight.
Easy call.
Eric shows the damondes.
He's like, turn that over, please. Thank you.
I don't need change. Just give me the whole pot, will you?
Drip it. Pay the man his money.
Ship it.
Ka-ching.
It's like the beginning to Beastie Boys song. Ship it. Chip count.
There it is. Shane on top with 38% of the chips in play, as you guys see here on this table.
Oh.
His 201K. It's pretty dominating. James with a 111. You have Eric at 87K. Greg at 34.5. Benny at 32. Mike at 29. Mark at 22.5. Bob at 9.5. And Bruce with 8 big blinds here with 8,000 left.
And he's still the odds-on favorite to win the whole damn thing, this Brucey.
He's done it before.
He really has.
It's impressive.
He hangs around. Me and Brian yell at him for not calling.
I know, it's hilarious.
For not
Brian
making-
gets so tilted.
For not sticking his neck out at any point in time. And
Yeah.
then he double up. And then he double up again. And then he just only bets when he has trips or the nut flush. Next thing you know, champ.
Yeah.
Champ's here.
That's just like that. It's actually Terry, Nancy. I'm filling in for a little bit. I'm usually going to be running production with Robert and James.
Yep, I pulled a couple of favors. I called him in. I
Yeah.
said, listen, I love Terry. Terry's a good guy. I'm not saying anything bad about the guy. But can I get a little Steffi Mo action, please?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You like Terry, yeah. Take your time.
Terry, I heard there's a lot of traffic. You're going to really need to, take your time on this. Tires.
Yeah, just show up at the last 10 minutes, buddy. We don't
Your
care. Just
tires
close it
are
out.
bald, okay? Just take it easy.
Speaking of, look at Bruce going all in here.
What does he got?
Ace, King, Queen, Deuce.
Wow. Not as
spades.
strong of a hand as I thought Bruce would
Yeah,
need.
he's short stack. He's a good position. Why not?
He's short stacked. He's good position. Why not?
I mean,
These are all very
valid points. Thank you, Sal. Thank you.
blinds are 5, 10 with a 10 Annie. When I say 10, I mean 1,000. When I,
I
say
know. It's
5,
like you're
I mean
gonna,
500.
yeah, you're gonna confuse people. They're like, what? What did he say?
Who is this man? And the man with all the chips, King 9, 7, 4, is going to re-raise and put Bruce in an awesome position because he absolutely dominates Shane's hand.
Protection.
Oh, wait a second. Is there 2 Bruces?
Is there?
There must be 2 Bruces. Man, I thought Bruce's hand was Ace King of Diamonds. Ace King 9 Deuce of Diamonds. But I guess not. No, this hand is much stronger. But he doesn't share the hearts and the diamonds like that other hand that I was thinking that he had.
Yeah.
That must have been Eric's hand.
All right. Wow, look at all these outs.
Look at all these outs. Is right. Shane smashed the flop. He's a huge favorite to win this. Huge favorite.
Huge.
And he misses everything. Bruce takes the check mark. Right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta take it out.
Holy guacamole.
See, this is how it starts. This is how it
This
starts,
is
Sal.
how it
You're
starts.
slowly gonna move on up.
The legend, Steffi Mo. Sal the Magnificent. Ooh, I like that. That's a nice
that is
little
good.
roll to it.
Next
Yeah.
time you go on 3-card, be like, the magnificent Sal's
Well-
here. Thank you.
Yes. You are welcome. Sal the Magnificent is here.
Yeah.
I'll put on a nice little fake English accent. But not like a real English accent, like Russell Crowe doing an English accent in Gladiator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the kind of accent that I like to roll with.
It has to
Yeah,
be
the
aggressive and angry.
Australian doing a English accent
Uh-huh.
as a Roman.
All right.
They don't even speak English in Rome back then. I mean, still now, but back then it was what was it? Latin? I'm guessing Latin.
Greek.
Latin. Greek. Maybe in Greece they you know.
Oh.
Anywho, it's a language, nobody does it anymore. I know a couple words, you know,
Do you?
as a church goer.
Amen.
Yeah, I can't remember any of them.
Yeah, it's like you're like I don't even know.
You got me, Sal. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy.
Just the best.
On a scale from 1 to 10,
Uh-huh.
on the rock scale, you know, the U rock scale,
Uh-huh. Smack dab you rock.
where does Nancy fit in that?
What do you mean?
One
Just
is
solid
like
10.
solid 10.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's no question.
She rocks a 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 you rock, Nance.
That wasn't even, yeah, it wasn't even a question, Sal. Come on.
Well, you know, I'm a tough critic, so I was going to give her like, you know, I'm like a David Portnoy, you know what I mean? Like you know, like
Stop it.
well, the best score ever is like a 8.2. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it don't get any higher than that. There's never been a 9. There's never been a 10.
I feel
I'm
like
like
he's tough.
giving her the 8.9. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, a solid 10.
One bite challenge.
Yeah.
You know why I think that guy's popular? It's
Why?
so frustrating to watch him bite into a pizza and give it a 7.7.
When you know it's not even like
And you're like,
close to that,
who
you know it's
are
way
you?
better. Yeah.
Who are you? Why do you get to do this? It's too much power for one man. But he holds it well, I suppose.
Too much power.
It really is.
You know he has an app and everything.
You don't get to
You know he has a
just
house in Miami.
right.
Yeah.
Well, why is your opinion the opinion on pizza? I get it. You have an opinion on pizza.
Why don't we do one?
Because it wouldn't matter. Because
No,
we're
but
not
we're
David
realistic, though.
Portnoy. Oh, yeah, we're realistic.
That's what I'm saying. Our standards aren't like
Oh, we just give
40,
everybody
20.
tens?
No,
like
no,
Little
that's not
Caesar.
true.
10!
no. Stop
Why?
playing.
You know what?
How much drugs are you on to give it
Domino's,
10?
Little Caesars, Papa John's, all these pizzas are good. They just need to be cooked. They don't
Yeah,
cook the
it's
pizza.
just I.
They need
It's
to
good
put
bang for your
half the
buck,
cheese.
but not anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thank
We
you,
can
Nancy.
definitely judge pizza. Right, exactly, Nancy. That's what I'm trying to say. Who is, you know, everybody's got their own opinion on pizza.
Yeah. Poor lactose intolerant people.
Even them. Even them. They just eat the bread. I've watched it. The bread, the sauce.
Oh my god, I can't with you. All right, so let's see here. Our boy Bob with 2 pairs here, right?
Oaks
Am I
just-
missing anything? James with a flush draw.
Steph, that's enough. Oaks is here for the pizza talk.
Oh yeah, speaking of pizza, shout out to Oak Tie for always sponsoring that. Brought to you by Eat Italia, the unofficial sponsor or partner of the PBKC.
The unofficial.
Yeah,
Ooh, sounds.
it's pretty official.
Wow. Oh, it is official.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's like unofficial. It's like sounds wrong. I like it.
It's both.
Mark on the button with a undisclosed hand.
Yeah.
Good thing he didn't have nothing because I love to watch what Mark does with his chips. He just yams it in there.
No, heads up here between Bob and James.
That's going to make it about a baker's dozen for me, Bob.
He's just gonna check that.
Triple queens. How many ladies treat him?
Tree. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tree.
Pizza and poker.
Sounds like a good time.
You know what?
Speaking of, Nancy
We're
sponsored.
renaming.
She sponsored that last week too.
Oh, really? Pizza and poker?
Zuccarelli's. Yeah.
Zuccarelli's
They're
has a
pretty
good pie.
fire. Yeah, right? They're pretty fire.
I've been really digging East Side Pizza in Lantana.
East side, huh?
Yeah, they
check that
cook it.
out.
They cook it, man. They make it a they make
Is
a
it like
good
New
pie.
York style?
Yeah, New York style. Yeah.
All right. By the way, Bob's gonna take that down with a yachty yachty yachty, aka full how.
Yeah, full how today, baby.
I like to say yacht because we're in West Palm Beach and we're bougie.
Yeah,
Pinkies up.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's gonna catch on.
What do you have? 3 queens?
He had a full house.
Y-
He flopped top 2 pair and then he turned full house.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was really cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, shout out to Nancy and Oaktie. They're both going to be in the booth tomorrow, so that's going to be fun and entertaining there.
I'm coming in the booth.
Put me in, coach.
Round and around we go.
I will tune in on the chat.
Are you guys having pizza?
Oh, with them two? Absolutely they are.
Oh, really?
Sounds like I might just show up just for the pizza.
I mean.
Hey, guys, what's up? We're doing a great job. I'm going
Oh
to
my
take a slice.
god! Oh my god! You guys have pizza? That's so crazy. I was thinking about getting pizza. No, seriously. I was just gonna order it.
Oh, man.
Been
Benny
around
and
a
Eric.
long time. Absolutely. Yeah, the guy used to come in and play poker all the time.
Who?
Owned Zuccarelli's.
I didn't
It's
know
also
that.
an Italian joint. Like,
Yeah.
It's not just a pizzeria.
No, it's very good Italian
Yeah.
food. Yeah, we've had it before.
And Adrian used to work there.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oaktie, I will be in downtown West Palm dog sitting. Do my dog walks all day.
Dog sitting.
AKA Camp Schmergle. If you need a dog walk or sitting or boarding,
Yeah.
I'm your girl. Shout out. Take over.
And training.
I don't know about training. I mean, I can't, but I'm not certified officially, so.
Camp Schmergle.
Yeah, you know, they transferred over.
Hmm.
It's no longer, so now it's Camp Schmergle.
Yeah, bring
Yeah.
your pit bulls, your Rottweiler.
New German Shepherd right now.
German Shepherds are
She's huge.
beautiful dogs. Though.
She is.
They're
beautiful.
sweet.
So are pit bulls.
Until they see a cat.
Nah.
Yes. All the training in the world ain't gonna stop that pit bull from eating
That's
a cat.
not true. I had one, and she was scared of cats.
Okay, well, I've seen too many pit bulls.
You just scared. It's okay.
I'm not scared. I'm not a cat.
I'm scared of cats.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Greg flopping a set. He be chirping. But Bob. it's a
What about
flush draw
Bob? What about
and a straight
Bob?
draw. Actually, it's a straight right now.
He's got it straight right now.
But I'm saying he could have the higher straight. Sorry.
Bob's a huge fave.
Oh, there it is. I told you. Higher straight.
Higher straight. He even
Bam.
got better.
Broadway. Broadway.
On Broadway. Chris, can he do it? Can he figure it out? Easy money. Pay the man. He's got a
Eventually,
straight
he would
and a
figure it
straight.
out.
And a straight and a straight and a straight and a straight and another
Oh, no,
straight.
Broadway. Sorry. But it's still straight. I was right. Sorry, I got
No
excited. for a second.
Broadway. Oh
I got
my
excited. I'm
gosh.
sorry. Gosh.
Yeah, easy money straight to the 10, I think. 9-7. Hot 9-7. Do.
So chip count, there you go. Shane's still on top, but he has 36% of the chips in play now at 190. Then you have James at 100.
Is that who
Eric-
just won, James? Or is James in the pink or in the salmon? Or is he in seat
Salmon?
9?
You say salmon, bro?
Yeah, I think that's the
Oh
salmon.
my God. And anyways, Eric's 84,000. Bob is at 68,000. Benny at 28. Mike at 27. Bruce at 24.5. Mark at 10,000. And Greg, 3 big blinds left here.
Greg.
With 3K left, as Mats would say, in the danger zone.
Danger zone.
Yeah. It's going to be huge. Is that what you meant to say?
Ooh. Benny, get your hands out of the way, sir. Chris.
Benny.
Mr. Ben. Benny, Mr. Ben.
Oh my God, I was just thinking that. I was like, Benny.
Benny, Mr. Ben. Yo, T-Dog in the house.
Oh, what's up, fam? There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
Legendary.
himself. Terry.
Terry,
Big chillin'.
TJ.
So, fam.
Terry with the J. Terry with the I.
I'm going to give my mic over to my boy Terry. It's been a pleasure, Sal. I'll be
Steph,
here.
What
You guys
can I
need a
say?
break?
Okay.
Help you out there?
I'm going to hit you up for that break.
Oh, I know you are. Huh? Yeah, you want to go? Oh.
What's the haps on the pizza?
Sorry that I'm taking Steph away from you guys. You're going to have to deal with just me now. Me and Sal.
Thank you, Nance.
What up, Oaktai? What up, Nancy?
James, let me see.
James Darth.
Okay, Bob got the 9 flipped. James has pocket 9s in the big blind. He's got him. He had to. He was trapped in there. But he's minus a 9, so he ain't hitting trips more than likely. Clubs come though. Ooh, Mikey, the big hand.
Gives Bob aces up, top 2, and it gives Mike the nut flush draw.
Mike on
with
the
a
small
2-pair
blind.
redraw. Could win with a king or a club.
Wait, I'm sorry. I said Mike on the small blind. I meant Mike in the small blind.
Wow, what a 3. Greg's not still in, is he? Oh, he was all in? Wow, what a river. It's the only 3 left in the deck.
River, chicken dinner.
Easy game. Easy game.
Bob with the 5-4. Is that a straight? Yep. He takes him out.
Oh, did I miss something? I guess
He had
I did.
a 5 and a foe.
Oh, well, that beats trips every time.
Exactly. 80% of the time.
80% of the time, the straight beats trips every time.
Every time. Legendary actor and star of stage and film who overcame an extreme stutter to become the most renowned voices ever.
She's talking about you, Sal?
Talking about Elton John.
You think she's talking about James Earl Jones?
Oh. I don't know who.
I mean, Elton John.
Who were we talking about? Yeah, he wasn't a legendary actor.
I don't think. I mean,
he is a legendary singer.
he's a legend.
James Earl Jones. Oh yeah.
Hey, man, that's a pretty good life, though. 94 years.
94 is a hell of a number.
You know, you went off into a field of corn and played baseball with the ghosts and wielded a lightsaber. I mean, that's a good career. Field of Dreams? No, nothing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Field of Dreams. Also Sandlot. George, the blind guy who knew Babe Ruth.
Oh, I knew
George.
him. Oh, I knew him.
Yeah, exactly. He knew Babe Ruth. The Sultan of SWAT.
The Colossus of Clout.
The Great Bambino. He was in everything.
I mean, I can't think of too many things that he wasn't in.
I can't think of a movie that he wasn't in.
Can't think of a better flop for Bob other than 2-pair and the nuts. Pretty good.
I like 2-pair in the nut draw.
I guess he's not necessarily drawing to the nuts unless he goes runner 5. But, I mean, he's runner boat.
Bobby.
James says, yeah, I'm in there with a pair and a flush draw. That helps nobody. Well, I mean, it helps Bob because nobody does anything.
Great card for Bob. I like to see him just start jamming. Start jamming at this point in time. Too many outs.
Forever.
Say the word. Come on, you know a word we're thinking about. Rhymes with weed. Pot. Here we go. How much is the pot? I'll bet that.
String pot.
Now James with the medicine to take Eric out. Although it's not the boss club, so probably is going to make a fold here.
He's going to go bobbing for apples in the toilet. And he likes it.
Oh, shit. Damn.
You play ball like a girl.
You go bobbing for apples in the toilet, and you like it. Got him.
Got him.
Eric, I don't know what he's got, but if it's not an ace of club and another club, I would assume he's out of here.
Bob, they know you have it, buddy. There was no doubt in anyone's mind.
No, but that was a good bet for Bob.
That was a great
you
bet.
know that club was coming.
Yeah, or something board pairs that maybe doesn't help him. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing good. When you flop the nuts in this game, I would rather flop a draw, if we're being honest.
I'd rather not.
yeah.
Cost you a lot of money trying to get people out of there.
Oh, flop straight? No thanks. I'll I'll take a flush for 700, Alex.
Because he had the boat draws, it was definitely worth the push.
For sure.
He only bet. I don't know what his bet was on the flop, but
I mean, it was enough to get 2 callers, so.
yeah, I think he strung him along a little bit on that flop because that flop is so scary.
And that's literally the best turn he could have hoped for was a blank 2.
It's kind of interesting though. I've seen people talk about the lines when you flop the nut straight on but it's a small straight, and a lot of people can improve and beat your hand, flush draws and everything, to just bet small on the flop. You know what I mean? And get away from it when the turn comes, unless it helps you.
Unless it's totally clean, right?
Yeah. Because you try to push people out on the flop in this game, and it's just good luck with that. Check ski.
Eric's having a good time.
Yeah, he really is. And
well, even more so now.
Yeah, he flops the
flops the second nuts. Bruce has a nut flush
the
draw.
boat. He flops the boat with the boat draw.
That's what I fed. Booby trap. That's
second
what
nuts,
I fed.
Yeah. Because queens could potentially be out there, but him having the queen helps him.
That definitely helps.
And he's got a bet right into him here, so that's pretty fun.
Bruce has a draw to the nut flush and a better full house if a 9 comes. And by that rationale, Benny also has a draw to a better boat.
Yeah, exactly. Benny's, just a smooth call. Interesting.
I don't like this only because you assume if your opponent is coming out betting, he probably has a 7. And with other options, like let's just say his opponent has 7 ace king, it's 6 more outs to a better boat on the turn. So I kind of like raising here and just getting everybody out and really seeing where your opponent's at. Like that's a terrible card for Eric right there. So I mean, obviously I still don't think he's going anywhere, but
yeah, I forget the action pre-flop. What was it? 1 call and a check. Okay, so probably nobody has aces. But
but I'm saying ace-7 is definitely a real possibility.
Oh, 100%.
He's
the real possibility.
He's lucky here that
you're
Benny,
right. I wasn't thinking about
Oh
ace,
wow,
ace
and then
7.
Bruce would have improved on the river there too with 9s full had he stayed in with his nut flush draw. Then he hits the ace on the turn. Then he goes better boat on the river. Lucky for Eric, Bruce doesn't really care that much about going runner, or fishing for flushes on a paired board. That's not his thing. So
that's it. Benny's out of here.
But Benny get out of here, Benny. Go back to work. That's it.
Go back to your money printing factory.
Looks like we're down to, that says 18 players, but that's incorrect. I think we're down to, I was upstairs. I think we're down to like 14 players.
All right. Maybe a quick one today then. 44 left.
44 entries, though. That's pretty good.
18 left. 44 entries. Yeah.
Is this our official?
Oh, do you want to know the payouts?
I do.
All you need to do is type in / payouts in the stream.
Do it. I want to see it.
I wonder if it works for us. Does it?
It should. We type things also.
Pay out. That's not a thing.
Payouts plural?
Payouts plural? No. Nancy, try out since you're on here for me, try out the
The code for us to see the payouts.
The payout thing. /payouts?
I mean, I have it right here in front of me, but I would much rather see it in the chat.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
So we got Bruce flopping a pretty good hand, 3 sevens, and a lower kicker on board, so any of his other cards would still give him sevens full, an 8, 5, or deux.
Deal.
Actually, James has another 7, so James has 3 sevens with a king kicker, and all of his other cards are above a 3, so he has outs to a better boat, assuming someone flops sevens full of 3s. Bruce is in there like swimwear. He's never folding, I guess, 3 sevens on this flop.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, even with an 8 kicker, I don't know if this is the right move or not, but there it is.
Oh, chatbot. Chatbot.
Fighter of the chat. I don't know. I wasn't ready.
Master of the comments.
Whoa. Oh, what a turn for Bruce. Oh, what an even worse river for Bruce. What a roller coaster this game is. Bruce goes from the underdog on the flop to the favorite on the turn to the loser on the river. Crazy.
Oh, it's exclamation point payouts. Okay. Now we're live. Let's do this. Exclamation point.
Fighter of the punctuation.
Pay
Whoa.
outs.
Champion of the sun.
What? What?
Whoa.
Here's the command. I put it in.
And friendship for everyone.
See? Look at this.
Dayman.
I did it.
Oh, fighter of the night, man. Oh, champion of the sun. Oh, we're a master of karate and friendship for everyone.
Such a good tune. Like, it just keeps going.
There's a ska version of that song that's actually pretty dope.
Dude.
What is this little stream deck thing we got going on here? It's more buttons for me to press.
Oh, yeah. We got buttons to press, folks.
I don't know if...
I don't get it, folks. It says we're live. We're going to need Steffi Mo. Hang on. Oh, Steffi Mo. Maybe that'll work.
She usually comes calling when you do it like that.
I usually have a conch shell that I just blow into. And then she comes like with like a whole bunch of like riding a dolphin.
Yeah, then you get all the extra sea creatures and the jellyfish and the stingrays.
Yo, check it out.
They're out for blood.
Aces alert. Wee-oo. Aces alert.
Is he just calling? Mike. Killing me, buddy.
Who? Uncle Mike?
Uncle
Oh,
Mike
no. He's
just-
savoring the flavor.
No, buddy, he already just called.
What a call. What a call, I tell you.
Wow, what a flop
This
for
man is
Mark.
next
Holy
level.
smokes. Mark's flops a pair, open-ended, and a flush draw.
Oh, and everybody
Oh,
checked.
just a straight
Straight
flush.
flush.
No big deal. Easy game.
Mark's all in. Oh, okay. Mark, I think you're safe. Look, Mike just checked his way into losing this hand.
Well, no, so Mark was already all in pre-flop, so
Yeah.
so Mike couldn't have won too much more than what's already in there. Oh, you know what's funny? As I was walking in roughly about 15 minutes ago, and I heard somebody yell, high hand. And I believe this is what they were talking about.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Hi, Hank. Okay, I got to get Steffi Mo because we got to figure out these payouts. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I can just do this.
IB Patin.
Watch this. First place, 1,900. Second place, 1,173. Third place, 817. Fourth place, 633 smacks. Fifth place, you want to guess? 540. No big deal. Easily 3.5xing your monies for fifth place. And for first place, what is that? 10, 11, 12, 13x for first place. That's a good gig. Fighter of the night, man. Mike is now all in. Doesn't have aces. Interesting re-raise on James's part here. He's re-raising the 6, but he's only really got ace-king. Eric's coming along with a pretty good drawing hand. 4, 7, 8, king, double suited. Shane says, I have the killer of men. 2, 3, 4, 6. Get out of my way. That's a pretty good flop for Shane. Shane's flopped a wheel here. James has flopped top 2, so his pre-flop aggression is looking like it might pay off here, but I don't see Shane going anywhere. Shane's pretty deep, playing 170K. Looks like James is going to bet the pot here. But again, on a rainbow flop, I don't see Shane going anywhere. I don't know what that means, but I back up whatever Sal says blindly.
Everybody's doing it. Picking their nose and chewing it.
Eric's trying to figure out what he has, which is kind of nothing. Yeah, good fold, Eric. Mike's all in with 10s. James has top 2, and oh wow, he folded the wrap with that big old stack. That's crazy.
You're not supposed to fold wraps. You're supposed to roll them up and eat them.
Nine's full aces is going to take this one. Damon.
You're our IT guy.
I don't know, man. That's crazy. I don't know why it's not working.
I was going to say, just tell that to the viewers. You know what I mean? It's not me that you're disappointed. It's just everyone.
I don't know why though. It should be working.
I'm so excited.
And then
I'm so excited.
and he just
so
can't hide it.
I'm so scared.
I'm so sad.
You know where that's from?
It sounds very familiar.
Let me see if the chat knows. They might know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared. Does anybody know where that's from?
Is that from a Toy Story movie?
Mm-mm. Yeah, that was Andy. Can anybody name that TV show?
Oh look, it worked. It worked for me.
It worked?
So it just doesn't show up on the restream. That's all.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys,
it's not.
it should work.
Yeah.
It's working on YouTube?
Eric has a monster, and he's
Oh,
just
Twitch?
calling. I don't
It's on their line.
agree with this just call.
See, but I'm looking at it.
Okay, thank you, Steph.
Eric.
Steffi Mo fixed it, guys.
Hey, someone tell Eric to pot with that hand. That's like my favorite hand.
Ace, King, Jack, 10.
Double suited. Oh,
Well,
no, just one suited.
Still, the
That's-
boss suit, the right suit. Annie hits the flop here.
Who's Annie?
Annie hits. Annie gets the flop. Annie put in his Annie.
Annie, are you okay? Would you tell us that you're okay? Let's see.
Bobby.
Sean's gonna go ahead and stab at this one. Eric just has an ace. I kind of like every other hand but his. Because he didn't raise pre-flop, and now you don't know where you're at. I mean, you have to know where you're at. You have to know that
Shane in
you're
the
way
big-
behind.
Oh, Shane's in the small blind. Yeah.
What a river.
Shane's also has all the chips. Eric has all
Yeah.
the trips.
He says he missed the turn bet, but that's actually what got him paid on the river.
Mm-hmm.
Eric thought he was putting on a little value bet. Shane says no value.
Mm-mm. Oh, it was a value bet for me.
You sound like the weasels from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh, wise guy.
Man, those weasels.
They were definitely
Killers.
weaselly.
They were killers.
He's a killer queen.
Marky, why can't we see your hand?
Why can't we see your face?
Because of his hat.
Oh,
It's
that makes sense.
well, we can see it now.
Something tells me Jeff's gonna pot that bitch.
Pod that bit.
Pot that bitch.
Oh, he pots it.
Wow, Eric says I'm gonna come along with my 9948.
I love it.
Interesting.
Well, if he hits, he's probably going to get paid off. I mean,
that is, you could say that for any hand. Ever.
yeah.
Bob has no flush draws. Wow, what a flop. That's
Eric
gross.
smashes the flop.
So gross. Jeff's gonna love that. Not
He's like, did
Jeff,
you really
what are
call
you
me with a
doing?
7-8?
Jeff, why are you still betting now? You have to know that. That's like the worst flop ever.
He's like, did you really call me with a 7-8? And Eric's like, no, much worse than that, buddy. I can't believe you give me that much credit. Jeff now knows that he's beat. Guy pushes all in. He's like, well, there's always an ace. And unless you saw Bob's hand, then you realize there actually isn't an ace.
Jeff could go runner straight.
8. He just needs an 8.
Who, Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff would need
No,
an
he
8.
needs more than that. Jeff did hit his backdoor flush draw on the turn, but super blank on the river.
Super blank.
So, like I said, Eric with a great call pre-flop with 9984.
Yeah.
Easy to fold if you miss, and easy to smash if you smash.
He smashed.
Oh, he smashed.
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow.
Is that for Jeff?
No, I was kind of cheering the winner,
Oh, okay.
Eric.
I thought you were singing for Jeff, and
He is a jolly good fellow.
he is. I mean, he's a fellow. I don't know if he's jolly good. I don't think anyone's ever described Jeff as jolly, especially when he gets knocked out of a tournament. He is the antithesis of jolly.
He's a jolly good fellow. Eric's the big blind. You better put some money in, aren't you, the big blind? No, he's under the gun? Okay. Oh, because there's a dead small blind. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Kevin's a really good dealer.
Yeah,
we
he
should
is.
just let him deal.
For Kevin's a jolly good fellow. For fair fellow. Sick fi.
6-5.
Welcome to the stream where we do fake Asian accents the whole time. 2 white guys doing fake Asian accent.
I'm not white.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misgendered you.
You did. You erased me? I don't know. You erased me?
Yes, I erased you. You no longer
Wow.
exist.
What a 10. Somebody would have hit a straight, but they folded. I wouldn't have folded the straight, but they did.
You check today, baby.
Who fold king queen?
You check today, baby. Come on, baby.
King queen, still the nuts.
954. Broward County, kinda, sorta, in a weird way, somehow. Shane's gonna yammity yam with the sevens. He has nothing. This is a good spot to bluff, though. Great spot to bluff.
No, I disagree. Because he checked the turn, and then the river helps nobody.
Great spot. Listen, I will say my commentating is extremely results oriented, but it was just the perfect spot. What else can we say? Kevin happens to be one of the best dealers in the house. I used to hold that title of being the, second or third or maybe first, depending on the day, best dealer. Those times have long passed me. I am no longer that. I am.
What happened?
I just, I'm not trying to rip it like I used to.
How come?
Back in the day with the limit games, ripping out hands meant something significant. Now I just don't even think they do.
Interesting. I still rip it just because I don't know any other speed.
Okay.
Unless I'm really out of it and I'm very relaxed and very kind of meh about the whole thing, I'm ripping.
Sometimes you got to grip it and then rip it.
Sometimes you gotta
Speaking of rip
you
it,
gotta let the big dog eat.
James with a king spade, king eight of spade.
Bob has a spade draw, but he has a higher pair draw.
Mm-hmm. He's got the king. Nice hand for Bob. I'm sure Bob's going to want to take a look at it. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you say?
I would say. Shane doesn't have a visible hand, but he's gonna bet it like he does. He likes that flop. What do you think? Set of tens?
10-4, I would say. Probably two pair. Just betting it. It's got the big stack. See where he's at.
Do you think he's the kind of guy that's gonna come out betting a nut flush draw?
I mean, might have bottom set. I'm not really sure, but
Not the worst turn.
he's in the hijack position, so I'm guessing it's
James is
bottom.
gonna try and take this away. Maybe rep Jack 10. Nope, definitely not. Listen, Shane, I don't care what you have. You bet that turn. That is a clean turn, buddy.
It's kind of funny. If he made a call, why does he have a 10-5 or a 10-4? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe he's got bottom set. Or maybe he had... Oh, he's not going to show.
Next. Flash.
Maybe he had pocket kings.
No, the other guy had pocket kings. Remember the other guy had pocket kings, and then the other guy had a king high flush draw?
Maybe he also had pocket king.
That would be 5 kings.
Maybe he had...
And we don't deal in absolutes anymore.
I never deal in absolutes. I never speak in absolutes. Ever.
Hey, where's your friend Ann? I feel like she's always here when you're on.
And they say.
Ann, are you in the chat today?
And and they say. A lot of aces, a lot of tens, a lot of kings, a lot of big cards.
I think we're going to see a pretty funky flop here.
Trip fives.
Set of sevens and a nut flush draw. What'd I tell you?
Set of sevens and a nut flush draw. What did he say, folks?
Bing, bang, bong. And actually 2 pair for Mark and a flush draw. I told you, man. I felt it. I just fucking felt it.
Did you know Mark's middle name is Anthony?
Mark Anthony.
It's so crazy. He doesn't look anything like him.
Bob says, yes, I do have a straight, or I do have a set. But here's the thing. Do you ever really want to flop the best hand in Omaha? Not really.
I mean,
I
trip
do.
sevens, not the best in the world.
No, but it's the best. It's the best on this flop right now.
Yeah, but
that's my point, though. Do you want to flop the best hand, or do you want to draw to the best hand?
I don't know. But I just,
Mark says I don't have enough to fold, so eat that.
I get real scared with middle set if there's like a jack, queen, ace, or a king on the board. Maybe not ace because you can usually tell when somebody has aces, but king, queen, or jack.
I tell you what, I'm never folding Shane's hand. He has backdoor straight draws. He has outs to the nuts with the nut flush draw, and he's still going to have over 100K if he loses his pot. I'm never folding his hand. I'm never folding that hand.
Oh, my goodness.
Never folding that
Does
hand.
he not understand EV?
Never folding that hand. Ever. Never, ever, ever.
How does he not call that, dude? Dude, how does he not call that? You're going to see a club come, too. It's happening.
Well, Mark will be happy to see that club.
So gross, dude.
And Shane, what are you doing, buddy?
Shane, what is
Let's see if the
going
board
on
pairs
here?
to vindicate Shane's decision. Nope, nut flush is the best. How are we ever folding that?
You just gave Mark life. There he is. Shane is stewing. I had the clubs. Yeah.
No, he said all I had were clubs.
Simple math problem here. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, you had redraws. You had the what is it? 30%? I'm pretty sure. You had 30% to guarantee to win the hand, and there was a lot of other ways you could have won too.
I mean, if we're talking about the implied odds, I mean, because they don't take into account. At least I don't think our software takes into account the outs that are already gone.
No, I'm just saying on just a regular flush draw, you're
Right.
30%.
Right. Plus the backdoor draws.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I can see getting
And,
rid of it.
and look at Shane's stack. Assuming that's right, does it look like he's got about 200 there? Yeah, no, yeah, he does. He's got about 200,000 there. So if he calls,
Yeah, he knocked
if he
out
calls
two
Bob's, yeah, but even if he loses the
players,
hand, he
forget
still
about
has
it.
like 130K. If he loses the hand,
know.
you can't pay me enough to fold that hand.
I know.
Hey, you know what? You're pretty good. You're pretty good at that whole dealing thing. Yeah, it happens though. The cards are heavy.
No. Listen, you're good, you. You got a gift.
You rip it is what we're trying to say. You rip it. Wow, James is going to fold two pair. I like it. I like the fold. I mean, I like it more so because Bob's betting it. Obviously, Bob on a rainbow board that's not connected, Bob's coming out firing. Bottom two is never good. But I still like the fold. It's a good fold.
Yeah.
Respectable fold.
Oh, yeah. And Bob's betting it?
And Bob's showing, too. You know Bob's going to show you the best hand after you fold.
Exactly.
Mark's looking a little trimmed up today.
Mark is
Looks like he's
completely shaven, head to toe. I know by looking at the beard, you probably think I'm really hairy, but shaved.
I'm like one of those hairless rats. James again. Oh, he did raise. I thought he was just calling. Yes, good raise. Good pot size bet. I love it. I love to
What
see
is it? 10, 15?
7,000. It should be. 7 bones.
7, okay.
7
I see.
smacks.
2.5x.
Let's see how feisty Mark's
Not
thinking about.
really,
I actually kind of like Mark's hand just to see a flop with. I mean, there's a lot of hands that you can smash, and again, it's really easy to get away from you. You see a flop like ace jack queen or whatever, you can chuck it. But
No, Mark's no dummy.
He's got the entire middle side of the board. I don't like Bob's hand. just throw that out there.
Mark is very much a wave player, and that's something that you can actually exploit with him, because if he's won a previous hand, like in the last 5 hands, then he's going to start calling a lot looser. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, and that's one of those flops that you're just going to have to fold if you're Mark. Oh, wait, did he hit a flush draw?
He did.
He did. No, it's Queen of Diamonds or Queen of Hearts?
No, I think it's diamonds. Queen,
That's a
Jack
tough
of
one.
diamonds.
Wow, look at James' hand. James has top pair with a full rep.
James has Mark's straight flush draw. The 10 of diamonds.
James has the full-on super ultra mega rep.
Yeah, super ultra mega red.
So even if Mark straight comes through, James is going to have a better Broadway. He's going to need a diamond and a diamond only. Oh, and there's a backdoor for James. The backdoor flush draw coming through.
the super wrap is so big, it's good for 2 meals.
Is that a chicken Caesar wrap?
The super mega wrap.
I'm not even putzing around at this point. If I'm James, I'm just putting it all in. It's like I have all the draws, probably the best hand.
Well, he checked to Mark, and Mark's gonna probably fire.
Why are we checking this hand?
I don't think he is. I think
No,
Mark's
I'm saying
gonna
why is
bluff.
James checking this hand? You turn the flush draw too. Are you just checking, hoping your opponent's gonna bluff, and then you just snap call? Why not just do it in the first place and win the pot possibly, as opposed to giving your opponent a possible free card?
Mark has absolutely nothing. He's gonna fire. Yeah, he pushes the pressure,
Yeah,
man.
and James is gonna snap call.
Mark is gonna need a queen. I mean,
Mark did hit a pair, so actually any of the 7, 8, 3, 7, 8, 9 that comes,
do they all work for him?
they do.
Okay.
That ain't it.
Diamond.
Oh, diamond! Wow, look at that.
Mark
Now,
doubles
so
up.
so here's the thing.
Yeah.
So if James shoves on the turn instead of checking to Mark, do you think Mark still puts it all in? With
Probably not.
I mean, he's,
I would assume that he's gonna get rid of that, because it's hard to call with.
I see that. It's a mystery.
It's super hard to call with a weak flush draw.
A weak flush draw.
You can bet it all
he did
day
have
long.
A pair. He did have a pair of 4, so obviously if he hits any of the other 2 pairs, they're good. But I mean, are you calling that? Are you?
He
calling
doesn't
that?
know that.
Right. That's my point, though. So why not just keep your foot on the gas? And James is a very aggressive player. I would almost expect him to make that bet, and then half the time you're just taking it down without even seeing a river.
In that position, if you're checking to Mark, it's because you are trying to entice a bet out of him.
You are 100% right. And that's exactly what happened. And obviously Mark got lucky. But at the same time, in this game, why even take that chance?
I wouldn't have enticed a bet with Mark.
No.
Because your hand isn't that strong.
No, I always want to.
If he had made the nuts, a different story.
Of course. No, hindsight is 2020, and that's how I like to commentate. But it's like, I don't know. I would always rather make my opponent make the decision. Like, I would rather put him to the test than to have him.
Yes, fold calls and never call. You know what I mean?
I love Shane's hand here. 9, 10. Not on that flop though, for being honest. But I do like.
I mean, I
It's still not-
an honesty policy in the booth here. You know what I mean? That's what we do.
Well, then honestly, I don't like it anymore.
Okay. And if I'm being honest, that 5 seems to help James.
You would think so, but it also helps Shane because it gives him a flush draw.
James realizes that this whole check call thing isn't working out for him. Decides to actually put a bet in. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Shane's looking him up here.
Kind of surprising. Shane is just basically looking for a heart.
I don't know what he's. Yeah,
Don't think I like this.
I don't like that call, but
But
he
of course
gets
it comes
there.
through. I mean, why wouldn't it?
Totally gets there. All in. Wow. How are people so confident that
I
they're
know.
that their 10 high flushes
I
holding
have
up?
no idea.
How are they
'cause
so
it's-
confident
Maybe
with
because
that?
it's 5-handed and James checked it. I mean, I don't know.
Dude.
I'm pretty happy with that pot at that point, to be honest. If I just happened to call
Oh
on
my
the turn.
God,
and
yeah,
hit.
you're only getting called if you're beat. Like,
Hey, I like it when you commentate because you say things that are the truth.
it's so
You,
true.
You
though.
call things the way you see them, and they are usually correct.
You're like, you don't want to show you that you caught the flush? Like, oh, I better hide this hand. I'm all in.
Oh, I like Mark's hand. I like Mark's hand a lot.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Kind of surprised he didn't raise. Ooh, James has a pretty playable hand, too. I like that hand a lot.
James also likes that hand a lot. Double suited, ace, queen, jack. And even the 7 kind of connects with the jack. So
That's my point, yeah. You're going from mid to high with all your cards. You're double suited. I love his hand. Bob with the random pair of 9s. What are with these guys and their random pair of 9s?
Because 8, 9, 10 is just queen, jack anyway, so I guess 7 isn't relevant. But it is the club, and he gets 1 club. That's it.
It's 1 club. Under pair stinks. Shane has the nut flush draw. Mark's got a set of 10s. James is top pair with a backdoor flush draw and a gutter ball to the nuts. How you like that assessment?
Yeah, that's it.
Pew,
And
pew, 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 pew.
Mark's he's gonna either double up or go home here because Shane is done folding nut flush draws.
You think
I
so?
think.
Let's find out.
I'm pretty sure he's done with it.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
He does got some backdoor wheel draws too, with the ace 2-4. I mean, that's obviously reaching a little bit, but those are still plausible outs.
Oh,
what are we?
Okay, I'm sorry.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, if his spade doesn't come here, I'd be very surprised. Really would be very surprised.
Bob's just doing this with the ass end of the straight draw? Is that
Yeah,
it?
ass end of the straight draw. That's what he's doing it with. I don't think he has any outs. Oh, he's got 18%? Tell me how.
Because a queen or
A queen?
a queen or a 7.
Okay, queen does help him. Okay.
I still don't like the
Yeah,
move
you're
and
right.
the backdoor flush draw. Wow.
Look at this hand, dude. And the backdoor flush draw.
Wow, there's
There's
one
the
of 'em.
spade. What did I tell
And
you?
who
by
fold,
the way?
who folded that ace 9 of spades?
I know. It's just like uncanny.
Wow, no paired board. Look at that.
Mark's gone, or just no? He's got more chips. Wow,
He said it again.
8, 9 there. Holy
Hey, I got to flush if I
dude.
call.
Yeah, I know, dude. You would have won the tournament already. Like, it would have been over. It would have been ICM, give you first place, let the other guys figure it out.
Bro, this guy's the chip leader, and he would have twice as many chips.
He would have knocked out Mark and Bob. He knocked out Mark
Honestly-
and Bob twice
honestly,
already.
well, this
It was
hand-
him and Min the last time
But
with
this
the
hand,
nut
wouldn't have,
flush
this
draw.
hand wouldn't have even happened because if he had called the first time, we'd be final table
Right.
already. And this
But
hand
he
wouldn't have
had
been-
a second chance. He's like, you know what it is? The third nut flush draw is when you call. You know what I mean? At this point in time, he just has to fold every nut flush draw as he sees. Because like he's
No, we
like,
gotta stay the
because
course.
of the variance.
You got to stay the course. Yeah, he's
you
already.
know, the roulette wheel. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it's been red, it's been red, it's been red. It's got to be black.
No, that's,
like,
when you double up. You got to ride the streak. I used to think the same thing when I would play baccarat and
player banker.
right. So obviously you hit 4 or 5 banks in a row, then you want to bet on the player, but all the Asians at the table look at me and they say no.
Yeah, keep the streak.
You keep the streak alive, and it would go on like 10 to 15 in a row, and I'd be like, how do you you must have some serious baccarat experience to just
No, they do.
ride the hot hand
Well,
like that,
Yeah, it's yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Do the same thing with roulette with like the thirds.
And you know what I like about Shane already is that like he's not even letting it bother him. He's like he knows he probably should have called, but he's like, what am I gonna do? Holy shit, James called with all those spades and he flops the nuts with a flush draw. Like what?
Wow.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all about hands like 9-10 jack, but like all the same suit. Wow, that's a terrible card.
Yeah, that's gonna stop the action for sure. Mark's got aces.
They both have aces.
Holy. James takes it down. Easy money for James.
James should show the 9 of spades too and tell him he's got a straight flush.
You have straight flush today, baby. Are we on Facebook?
I don't know what that is.
It's this app.
Yeah. You think it's gonna do anything? It's just gonna fade away.
I think
Too early to tell.
people who are on Facebook aren't going to erase it and go to like some new platform if they're over the age of 40.
Okay, that's the cutoff.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm still holding off.
I haven't been on there for years.
I've never had one.
Oh wow, good for you.
Thanks, buddy. I have a MySpace though.
Yeah,
It's floating around somewhere.
I was too cool for MySpace.
Haven't been on there in 20 years, but
Hey, you know what?
sure
I'm
it's still
going
on
back
there.
to MySpace. If you want to hang out with me, I'll be on MySpace. Nightzan9, thank you. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you to tell me where the best viewers are on. Aw.
Fighter of the night, Zen.
I miss Nightbot.
Nightbot's
He was so consistently.
equal opportunist.
He consistently chatted.
I always told you how it was. Very unbiased.
He's just there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had many, many beers just talking about it. You know what I mean?
You and
Me and
Nightbot?
Nightbot, yeah.
What does Nightbot like to drink?
Just beers.
I feel like they're an IPA type bot.
He's not that picky, but I think he does prefer the. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to hear him be like, "Oh, what is this? A Miller Lite?" He'll just drink it. But if you have the IPA, you'll be like, "Oh, I prefer the IPA. Thank you very much."
It's almost like you know me. It's almost like you're speaking to me. I'm that guy. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, me too. I'm that guy too.
Like, what are we drinking? Are we drinking the High Life?
Right. Well, if that's what we're doing, then I guess that's what we're doing.
If
now,
that's
isn't
my only option.
I'm happy that we're doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like I'm upset about it. I just want to know what we're getting into.
I wish there were other options, but seeing as how there's not, I'll stop talking about it and drink it.
Yes, this is delicious. After the fourth one, it's not that bad. You know what's bad though is when you drink it enough where you're like, you start liking it. You're like, oh man, I haven't had one of those really horrible, nasty beers in a while. It brings back some memories. Steely Dan's. You ever have one of those?
Oh God.
Steel Reserve.
Steel Reserve. Maybe 20 years ago. Yeah.
Now if that ain't malt liquor, I don't know what is.
Buddy, my like adolescence went from like
40s, drinking the 40s.
Bro, we were drinking 40s. Then we were drinking
40s will ruin
but
your
the
day.
cans, the Steel Reserve cans, we would go from those to like the Smirnoff Ices back to like the 40s, which in Florida they were 32s. We weren't allowed to have 40s, right?
Okay.
They were 32s, but they were like the Mad Dogs and we were so stupid.
Yeah, we all were. We were all very, very dumb, very dumb.
But like before we turned 21, somehow there was just a nonstop like train of Smirnoff Ices, which is terrible, and it's still terrible. It was terrible then, but it's what we could get our hands on. And then somebody brought in like all of this Steel Reserve, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool, real beer. And shit was so, I don't know if like harsh is the word, but man, it was.
Yeah, no, it's malt liquor, man.
Oh my God.
That's it. What was I going to say about the old 40s? Brings back memories, like, 8th grade. Just doing it because you wanted to be cool. You know what I mean? And I remember us, like, doing the calculations. I think it's, like, 6.5 beers. 140 is equivalent to, like, 6.5 actual beers. Like, if you did, like, because it's a higher percentage of alcohol.
Oh, okay. If we're talking about the alcohol content, I got you.
Yeah. The 40s.
Cool. 45.
Old English.
The old E. I was trying to think of it. Yeah, the old E's.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the main one.
They didn't last long. Like, they were only popular because they were in rap videos. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, they were pretty popular for us for a couple years.
I like to pour it out for the homies.
You know what we used to do too sometimes when we were like really low on money, we would go to we had like the local corner store, and we would go and pick up bottles of Arbor Mist, and like me and my homies, like we would each have a bottle of Arbor Mist, and we would just and we would each just take one bottle down, and it was a good night. We did the. You remember Alizé?
Alizé?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, we used to do those too. My grandma always used to have like bottles of Alizé in her house, and like we would like hang out over there, and she would have all these like beautiful like fruit colored bottles of Alizé and throw it on the rocks and.
Yeah, you got to mix that with some vodka if you want a strong drink. Just drinking straight Alizé, it's just like syrup.
Yeah,
just drinking
it was.
syrup.
It was.
Liquid diabetes.
I now realize where my life went wrong.
Now, if I have like a sugary drink, drinking alcohol, I mean the headaches I get later on.
Oh, it's not even worth it.
ridiculous.
It's not even worth it.
Oh God.
Who's out there? Stephanie, we're going to have to tell her to whip these boys into shape. Tell them to put their cards in the box.
In the box.
In the box.
I get money. I cut costs.
Dude, my spell correct sometimes is so smart and sometimes it's so dumb. I can't even. I feel like it does this just to keep me on my toes. That's a pretty good turn for James. Still don't know what Shane has. That doesn't help anybody unless Shane has 8-9, which I don't think he does. Colt 45s and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all I need.
Shane, his chip stack is dwindling.
Yeah, that's what happens when you stop calling nut flush draws.
Yeah. Multi-way action. Tons of money
as the
in
chip leader.
Pot pre-flop. Chip leader. It's not like he's just like heads up. The guy went pot. Like you don't have the odds. It's got to go. No, that's not the case.
That's literally not the case. Well, Jeremy making another final table. So's Brett. Brett loves making final tables.
Yeah, he certainly enjoys himself a final table. I'll tell you that much. Let's see what James does here. He's kind of got him in the box. I don't know.
Once again, your commentary is spot on.
10-7 king. What does that do?
I don't know, but I like James's hand. James, on the other hand, does not like his hand. Bet now, James?
Check. Yeah, they got nothing. Ooh. Pretty little card there for old Danny boy.
And we're still checking it, huh? I guess the club could kind of be scary, but never mind. Probably not betting that. James has a monster until the 10 comes, and he decided to check it the whole way. It's weird how Omaha sometimes makes you like curl into a fetal position and you just stop playing your game. Because like I know a lot of these guys are really good players and they're good hold'em players too. And if they had hands that were similar in comparison, in Hold'em, they'd be raising these hands every time. They'd be raising pre-flop. They'd be raising on the flop. Ace Jack suited. You flop top pair, even mid pair. You're coming along. You're seeing it. But I mean, in Omaha, you got to remember that. Your hands are still good. I mean, they're not going to have a set every time. They're not going to have the nut flush every time. You still have to bet your hand and to really see where you're at. But if you're just checking the whole way, you'll never know where you're at, and then you're probably going to let somebody else catch up.
I mean, if you're Shane or any of these guys with big stacks, at this point in time, you should be like basically min raising, I would say, 30 to 40% of your hands.
I am with you. Like Bob's hand. Don't love it, but I like it.
He's just calling, which is horrible.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh my goodness! It's okay. We're gonna get in for 3.
we're doing it.
There's not a
we
person
are
that's gonna
doing
raise
it.
Here. Eric folds. I don't know how he folded. I mean, you see what's going on here, right? Eric, just put 3,000 in. You might smash it. Getting like 95 to 1. Hot 9-7.
Brett flops 3 sevens.
Yep.
Don't know what Neil has.
Brett's not confident with his 3 sevens. He lets it go. Queen comes. That's a scary card. So
It's a jack.
Oh, Jack. Just as scary, but nobody raised. So
Bob's got a wrap now. Looks like Brett's gonna fire now.
it's good. Nobody had pocket jacks.
I mean, or 10-8, or I guess he's
Unless
got
Neil's
the
got it.
blockers. Brett has the blockers with the 8s, so I kind of like this bet actually from his point of view.
Let's see what Neil has here. There's a chance he's kind of all over this right now.
Like I said, Brett, this makes Brett's. I mean, obviously the fact that Brett has 3 sevens works for him, but he has the blockers to the straight. It's going to make people not want to call any kind of flush draw just because he has.
It doesn't seem like he's got jacks. Yeah, okay.
No, he definitely doesn't. Jeremy's got a wrap now. I'm sorry, Bob has a wrap now.
Bob, that's how you lose 3,000, my friend. Call with that hand. Easy money.
6-8 of clubs, king deuce of spades. Somebody Neil folded. It's interesting. Straight draw and 2 flush draws.
Yeah, no good. It's not good though.
What? It's not good to fold it.
I would fold it.
Why? But he's got to have a boat, and he didn't. I mean, I guess there were 7 players in the hand, so I mean.
That's why.
Yeah.
If I have no idea what's going on. Matter of fact, I saw everyone's hands, and I still don't know what the hell is going on.
Let's get to the point. Let's roll another joint. Let's head on down the road. Somewhere I gotta go. You don't know how it feels. You don't know how it feels. Shane with a big stack should be potting it every time he's in the hand. If you're in the hand, if it's good enough to call, it's good enough to pot. Like you should never be letting other players in for free when you're the big stack. Where are the blinds at now? 15-3, so I mean it's 7,500 every time if everybody folds. Nobody else's hands are in the box, so that's cool. Maybe I'll run with you tonight. I'll take you on a moonlit ride. Just smooth calling again. Smooth calling Shane. Eric, smooth calling. Dan, guess what? Smooth calling. Mark, yeah, I'll smooth call. Bob, yeah, why not? So Shane flops a wrap, Eric flops top two, Bob's got a pair and a straight draw, Mark's got a straight draw and a pair as well.
Yeah, you got a straight draw and a pair as well.
Shane got a wrap though.
Well, there's your problem. You got a wrap.
Well, that's a wrap.
Well, there's your problem. Ain't got no gas in it.
What?
Ooh, wow. Ooh, wow. Biggest pot of the night alert.
Well, Shane went ahead and binked it because he had a wrap. That's a wrap.
As a wrap.
That's a wrap. So he calls it a wrap, but not a nut flush draw. It's interesting.
Mark's going to need a yakety yak.
Don't talk back to me.
He needs a jack. He's got no other outs, my friend.
Just a jack, you say?
Eric's got a flush draw.
Bob's got a straight draw, too. Bob hits a 10. He'll have it.
Eric's got two pair, top two, and a flush draw. So I don't see he can go away because it's a king flush draw. It looks pretty strong.
I mean, it's going to be all his chips to call. I don't think I'm calling for all my chips.
Mark has the ace of club blocker.
It doesn't matter.
He is drawing to the nuts. He needs a jack, but he's more than likely going to split it, I'm guessing.
No one's splitting this pot, buddy. Shane's got a straight, Eric's got a flush draw, and top two pair. I don't think this is
There's
a good
only
call,
two
though.
outs. Oh, for Eric?
For Eric, I don't think it's a good call for anybody, to be honest.
No, I like Eric's call here.
Why? You know someone's got the nuts. You're drawing thinly.
You know somebody
And
has jack 10.
It's your
this
whole
is
stack,
true.
basically. It's
You
your
know that-
whole effing stack. You know if Shane's folding nut flush draws and he's putting chips on that term, but he's got the nut.
He's
okay?
got the jack 10.
He's got the peanuts, the walnuts. He got all the nuts. Okay.
Yeah. But can you get away with top
Yup.
two and a
Bye.
flush draw?
Bye. See you later.
So
It's for his whole tournament. If it was for half his stack or maybe
what about
a
if you had
quarter
the
of his
ace of
stack?
clubs?
Nope.
Maybe he could get
See
away
ya.
because he
Deuces.
doesn't have the ace.
For one card, you're hoping for live to fight another day. That's what happens when you don't raise pre-flop, buddy. Listen, your hand's unprotected, and he didn't raise on the flop neither. Top two, and you're checking.
You got to think your king or queen is good.
If you hit it, of course.
He's counting it up.
He's folding, buddy. I've seen Eric play these kind of hands. He goes into the tank, and if he
Yeah.
doesn't have it, he just folds. No. We're all there, buddy. That's why I wear this hat. We can. Look, I'm wearing one that's a Moneymaker hat. I'm wearing it right now.
There. Where'd you turn Australian?
Listen, buddy, I'm from the outback, the outhouse.
Big stretch from the broadcaster.
This is a tough hand for Eric, but I think he just knows he's got to fold. It's a stanky fold, and if he had more chips, he'd be easy to call. But it's for his whole stack. He can't call that right there.
I would like to see him ship it in, but I guess he didn't. Cooler heads prevailed.
I know you have Jack 10. That's the only thing I know for sure in this game. just know what I had. That's why I had to switch it. I had the hand that I bet you 4 out of 5 people called. Right? I got club draw and 2 pair, and I missed that. Basically, I'm at like 50-50.
Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. Girl stand girl forever, oh my darling Clementine.
If you find yourself lost in the field with the sun shining down on you, fear not, for you are in Elysium, and you're already dead.
Toi.
On du toi.
Toi.
Eric, you folded. That's why I like your fold. Other than that, forget about it.
One card to come.
Yeah,
This whole
we're
stack.
25%
One
favorite.
card to
Well,
come
dog to win. You're
with
25% dog to win.
Stack. It's the right fold, even if you know for a fact that the ace of clubs is not in play.
Is burnt.
It's
Right.
the right fold. He did nothing to protect his hand pre-flop or on the flop, so, you know.
Forget about it. 3-1 favorite.
Let's see. Brett's got kings and sixes. Jeremy's got kings and sixes. Bob's got a couple of straight draws. Neil's got an open-ended with a pair of kings. We might see some action here, buddy.
First time we've seen. What is this? Is this Jeremy?
Jeremy's in the blue shirt.
Okay, yeah. It's the first time we've seen Jeremy make a bet. King, Jack, 6-4, and he's gonna.
I don't really know how I feel about that bet. I guess you kind of have to with two pair, but there's just so many. There's so many people in there. You know, there's straight draws out there. Possibly even a better two pair. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. Mark's all in with a mystery hand.
Nice.
It's a mystery. Bob says, I'm going to throw away my double gutter. Kind of liked his hand the most. But I'm an optimist.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think things are going to happen.
I'm the prime optimist. I'm the optimist prime.
Dealers, roll out.
I'm the first optimist. I'm optimist prime.
Toi.
So prime like pretty much ripped off the Nike symbol. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know. What is the prime symbol?
It's like a smile arrow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah. No, I remember
Oh,
now.
come on, Jeffrey.
Um,
CEO, entrepreneur, born in 1980, 64. Sorry. Let's start that over.
Robot Cousins with Mark Zuckerberg.
CEO, entrepreneur, born in 1964.
What a
Jeffrey
What a bink.
Bezos.
Neil hits the straight. Mark could have diamonds. We don't know. Brett has top two.
Wow.
Brett has to know that he's just no good here. If Neil's shoving openly, I mean, there's a flush draw, straight draw. You only have top two. This is just an easy fold. You shouldn't have really been in the hand in the first place. But
Jeremy is all in with this.
wow, he's
King, Jack,
calling.
6-4.
Wow.
Kings and sixes. Neil with this small end of the straight is good. Trip King's no good. Brett's gonna like 5x's chip stack right here.
Jeremy shoved with kings and sixes there, huh? That is an interesting spot. And then
Septuple up.
it looks like Mark has 7-8, and Neil also has 7-8. So they're gonna split the main pot.
Oh, okay, not septuple.
2 hours later. I like seeing all those red all-in chips on the table, though.
Why does Neil get anything?
So Neil was in for the side pot. Mark's only in for the main pot. So Neil gets the side pot, the full side pot with 7-8. And then they're going to chop the main pot because they both have 7-8.
What did Brett call with? I thought Brett called with the 7-8.
No, Brett had King 10.
Oh, wow. It's all making sense now. Holy guacamole,
Yeah.
what a call.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought he was going to fold for sure. The straight comes through, the flush comes through, any set has you beat. He has like the 15th best hand. And Jeremy's shoving right into him. I feel like that's an easy fold on Brett's part, but he just snapped. So
Holy.
worked out well for him.
Wow, what a call.
I mean, are you ever calling there? Against Jeremy? Jeremy's usually pretty snug, too, so it's kind of a shocking development.
Don't get me wrong. Jeremy can shove and everything, but he could also have a 7-8. Like,
He could have 7-8, could have diamonds, could have a set, could have anything better than King 10.
Yeah.
Queen Jack's out there, too.
He could be an absolute maniac. I still would fold. It doesn't really matter.
That's funny.
Yeah, this is calling pretty light. Top 2 pair. I mean, jeez.
Brett's trying to figure out how he has chips right now.
Yeah, I think that was one of those, I'll just go home. What?
If you got it, you got it.
I'm not? Good call. Yeah, well, you know, I guess it was either, must have been my 6th or maybe even my 7th sense. You know, a good player doesn't know why he makes any call.
Yeah, Cap, it's Afghanistan animation.
Disregard that, rabbit. Oh, yeah? Where'd you learn that, Cheech?
Drug school. Jeremy found the hand. He figured Jack 10 deuce deuce is the one.
Yeah. 3 diamonds. You know, he's already 3 of the 5th way there.
That's a good point.
Strong pair. Might hold up. Jeremy's going to need to see some diamonds. ...
I'm assuming Neil's going to snap. I don't know what James is doing because I can't see his hand, but we have to know that. Yeah, and Neil's like, I don't care what you have.
Neil's like, probably thinking to himself, is this the guy that just jammed with King 6? Okay, I'll call.
Bink.
King. Runner, diamond, only help.
Deuce? Can I get a deuce?
Gonna need a deuce.
Or a deuce only?
No do.
No do. Yeah, could you ever fill this up with water? Thank you, sir. That's funny. Dayman. Oh, fighter of the night, man. Oh, champion of the sun. Oh, we're master of karate and friendship for everyone. Dayman. Oh, Fighter of the night, man. Whoa. Champion of the sun. Oh my goodness, everybody's calling. Weird. James has a pretty good flop. He's got a pair and a nut flush draw. 25 big bones. James says, I'm never going anywhere. Not anywhere ever. Mark's counting up his stack. That usually means he's going to put him in play. Mark's all in. And James is never folding. James has flopped top. I'm sorry. Mark has flopped top set. James does have 3 spades. It would be better for his chances if he only had 2, but he has 3. On the turn is a 3. Is that a 3 of spades? Anybody? Bueller? Wow, it sure is a 3 of spades. Mark flopped top set of 8s. James flops a pair and a nut flush draw, and guess what?
Mark's gone.
Flush comes in.
Flush comes in. Shane. Flush comes in, Shane.
Take notes.
Neil's got the big stack?
Neil?
Oh, boy.
I played a tournament with Neil a couple weeks ago.
Good player.
He is a good player. He
Very calculated.
he doesn't like to fold. He likes to play. He likes to play cards.
Yeah. I like to play cards.
I don't think Neil's the kind of guy that's ever folding a nut flush draw.
I'm a pilot. I can fly.
It's a classic. I don't care what anybody says.
It's
I
true.
love that movie. I'm a pilot. I can fly. Shitter's full. He can do it all.
In the words of our ancestors, up yours! I like the president in that one.
Dude, he was so good.
Doesn't anybody have any missiles?
You know, when he gave that speech, I don't know. I've seen that movie quite a few times, and every time he gave that speech, I always got that tingly feeling.
Mm-hmm.
He just did such a good job.
Good morning. Good morning. In about an hour from now, you will rendezvous with aircraft from around the world to launch the largest aerial battle of mankind. Mankind. Those words should have new meaning now. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. Perhaps it is fate that today is the 4th of July, and we will once again be fighting for our freedoms, but not from tyranny or oppression or persecution,
But
from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to survive. And if we win the day, we will say in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night.
We will live on.
We will not die without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Buddy, I got the tingles again. That's good. Listen, I thought I'd seen it a lot. Now, see, with the same speech, I can do the Braveheart speech, the pre-Braveheart battle speech. Well, that's a pretty good hand for a rap, for a flopped rap from Eric. Just go ahead and hit in the nuts. What will you do without freedom?
Oof.
Will you fight? No. We will run, and we will live. I fight, and you may die. Run, and you'll live. At least a while. But dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to give all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom? Han Cobra! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Hold.
your mother's been telling stories about me again.
I am William Wallace.
And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny.
What is it? He shoots fire from his eyes and lightning bolts out his arse.
And if he were here, he'd consume the English with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse.
There you go, Brett. Thank you. It's getting a little confusing. Brett with kings here just decides to smooth call on the button.
So I'm actually okay with that.
Sure.
Which is,
Yeah.
some are saying, no, you must raise preflop with kings. But listen,
No.
you got a naked pair of kings, no flush draw with it, a shitty 6-2. Yeah, I'm totally okay with just seeing a flop with kings. And I'm
No,
okay with folding here, too, if he felt like it, which he does. I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't see Eric folding with anything other than aces here anyway. So
Well, here's the thing. On the button in position with those limpers, I personally would have put in a raise and then probably folded to the re-raise, which obviously Eric had aces, I'm guessing. We didn't see it.
right, could be ace queen jack 10 or some variance of that, but
Yeah.
I mean he's been smooth calling like everybody else has, not just him, but he's been smooth calling pre-flop.
Right. More than likely, Eric is probably just going to smooth call, and then you're going to go, play a big pot, and you got kings, and if you flop your king, you're super, super, super happy.
But I mean, there's no flop you like
Except the king.
and even with a
Yes.
king, you have no redraws. So
Totally agree.
You know.
It's a tough spot, for
I'm,
sure.
I'm okay with everything the way that was played.
Just
there.
a limp and a fold?
Limp and a fold. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Bobby, pretty strong hand. Ace 10, 9, 8.
I like it. Shane's connected with him, but is not going to play.
I'm pretty sure all the spades are burnt at this point in time.
It's a pretty good flop for everybody. Eric's got a wrap. Actually, no, he doesn't. Bob has a straight draw, no pair.
Queen 10 is the straight draw you really are looking for here.
I guess.
But I don't see that around here. Around town.
Bob's got open-ended with a pair of aces. Eric's got aces with a gutter ball. And doesn't want to play it.
Aggression. Oh, Dan's going to take a look.
He is open-ended.
Oh, he has the Queen 10.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does.
very nice.
Bob now has two pair and an open-ender. He's got aces and tens with an open-ended.
Bob's going to keep the pressure going. Go all in.
It's kind of a scary card. I'm kind of surprised he's putting it in right here, but it's going to work.
Yeah. Good spot to
Well, if your opponent's showing weakness by checking there, I mean, I love taking advantage of the of the check instead of letting your opponent see a free card.
Right. He could have some
I mean,
crappy
listen, if he's
clubs.
checking king queen right there, great check. I mean, you trapped him, good job. I mean, it is what it is. But like, that's a really good read on his part. Who's that again? Bob. It's a really good read on Bob's part there to just stuff it in there. You have the two pair. You're also open-ended. Your hand is not weak by any means, and your opponent showed weakness. So, pounce on that. My wife and I, we watched, there's a new show on Netflix called Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of it?
No.
So Jeff Goldblum is Zeus, and it's like a new age story, like retelling of the gods and whatnot. But,
Okay.
But it's actually, I mean, I love Jeff Goldblum. I don't know, some people think he's a little too flighty or whatever, but I think he's,
Oh.
I love Jeff Goldblum.
He is a little soft-spoken.
But he's great.
Yeah, no,
I mean, like he was really good in.
I love him.
Did you see him in Thor, where he was?
Oh, he was the
bro.
best.
He was so good. So, but
Normally
he's
I'd
Zeus
be
now,
like
right?
hundreds of years old, but on this planet, well,
Well, that's a good turn for James. James now has a pair and an open-ended. Dan has a double gutter and a pair of aces. That's going to give James straight, and it's going to give Neil a set of jacks. It's a very hidden straight for James. Well, there's two straights out there. So there's Broadway with King Queen. James has the ass end of the straight, and then Neil has like fourth best set of jacks. So only a $10,000 bet from James. This is a call me bet. Let's see if Neil can suss it out. Neil only has 50K.
yeah, no,
so.
you can't do nothing with this. King Queen, it's too likely.
Yep.
Just so happens he's got the 8-9, but still he's just thinking how likely is King Queen here?
Yep.
Pretty likely.
I mean, still, this is fourth best. You're calling off 20% of your stack with fourth best hand. I think Neil's going to be able to get away from it, but maybe not. Sometimes you're just so excited to hit.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Top set? Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's second best set, fourth best hand.
Yeah, I would take a quick look at James. James really has not stepped out on any kind of river bluff. It's the thing.
No, but if these guys have played enough, I mean, I've watched James before, and he is
Capable of it?
very capable of bluffing there. But that's such a call me bet, like 10K. Like, I mean, what is he betting with there? It's probably not aces and jacks.
Perfect number for him then.
I mean, that's a really good bet sizing to get a call out of somebody with exactly a hand like Neil had. So,
Well, if Neil was like next level,
I don't think
You
he had
could
enough.
say
He didn't have enough chips to
there's
be next level.
yeah, there you go. That's
You were talking about like repotting right there, yeah, because it was a kind of a weak 10K bet, yeah. No, if he had like 100K behind him and he puts in the repot, even with just a set of jacks, which is not the nuts by any means.
right.
I mean, any other hand besides the nuts is folding. 8-9's jettisoning the hand right there. 'Cause
100%.
That screams Broadway.
Right,
so.
because are you really betting 10K with the King Queen there?
Exactly.
I mean, I guess you could. If you're
No.
smart, you are, but I don't know.
No, I'm with you, and obviously
you're gonna want more money than that.
Exactly. It's easy for us to call these hands because we have the luxury of seeing the hands. But
So easy. This game is simple. So simple. James, why can we not see your hands?
I
Big
don't
baby.
like this raise size here. I mean, it's 3-6 and you're only going to 12. You could have easily made it. What was it? 12, 13, 18. He could have made it like over 30K.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Well, he's just asking everybody to please call.
Well,
is
they're
what he's
going
doing.
to oblige.
It's like, if you're under the gun, I like to raise the 6. No problem. There you go.
No, the blinds are 6. The blinds are 3-6.
I mean, at 12. I'm
Right.
saying if you're under the gun, raise to 12. That's a different
Right.
story. You're in his spot with all those callers. A raise to 6 does absolutely nothing.
And in Hold'em, that's a scary raise. In Omaha, that's a come and get it. Wow, Eric just flops the nuts. It's crazy.
Okay. See how he plays it.
We don't know what James has, but, I mean, I'm willing to bet he has a hand like aces, kings, ace, king, queen, jack, something like that. So, I mean, we're going to see how hard this one hits him.
And in Florida, we've been waiting for you.
And we were talking about you earlier. I was, actually. Nobody else was talking about you but me. But I said...
But I was listening.
I asked my friend Sal how you were doing and where you're at because, he's here. And usually when he's here, you're here. Wow, this is quite the elaborate bet here. Did he just bet 69? Well, that is the pot size. The pot size is 69, so it's...
Now we're going to find out what James has with his aces. No, he doesn't have aces. He cannot have aces.
No. But he can have kings.
It's probably like king, queen, king.
Could be queens. Could be like queens and
suited.
jacks.
Oh, wow. You're in Jacksonville. Best playing or dealing?
Is this Ann who used to play here and she's got the curly dark hair? Used to be a dealer. I don't know if she was a dealer here, but dealer. Very generous tipper, very nice lady. Ann, is that you? Does that describe you? Generous tipper, curly dark hair. Very even, calm, cool demeanor.
Prefer Pepsi over Coke.
You would play straight 2 or 2-4 and tip like half the pot. Does that sound like you? Oh my God, Eric, you have Broadway? That's weird.
So weird.
So weird.
Yeah, big enough pot. Go all in. There you go. Nobody's going to call you. Take it down.
I've always thought it interesting that these guys show these hands in obvious spots where you have the nuts. There's no other. You don't need to show your hand there. You're basically playing your hand straight up.
Right.
You're never betting with King 9 there. You're never betting with 8-9. Blonde, tipper, almond milk. No 2-4. All right, well.
Coffee.
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 Oh, you're that, Ann.
How do you make almond milk? Do you squeeze almonds till milk
you do
comes
actually.
out?
Yes, you do actually. That's you like basically crush the almonds into almond milk. Basically, you like add like a It's nuts. The whole
It's nuts. The whole thing is nuts.
Nice. Speaking of which, I don't know if you remember, but I'm thinking about 15-20 minutes ago, someone made a comment not realizing that it was sexual in nature, and I caught it right off the bat, and you were like, "Of course I did," and you're like, you didn't say anything until someone else said something. Like, you heard that, right? And I was like, it's almost like you were talking to me.
Seems like an expensive kind of a milk, you know?
Yeah. What he said, he's like, I was coming on the top of you or something.
This is a family show here, guys.
Oh my God. They were perpetuating the myth. It was dirty.
Shane with the trips. Wonder what he's gonna make this bet here. Oh, he checks it.
What game are we playing?
Wow. All right.
36K in the pot. Let's take that down. Now you're opening it up. Now Neil's got a flush draw. Someone else probably has a set of jacks. Jacks full. I don't know. Soak, blender,
Ooh,
squeeze.
chai pudding.
Ooh.
Oh, chia pudding. Sorry, not chai pudding. Almonds are inexpensive and healthier than cow's milk.
So I actually watched a Shark Tank the other day, and one of the products they were pushing was basically a nut juicer, and like you can make your own milk out of almonds. I know.
Talk about innuendos. Holy smokes, dude. Serious?
I'll take 2 nut juicers. But it was a really quite the impressive process of this person making their own natural, self-sustainable milk as opposed to cow milk. Ann's right though; it's cheaper and it's also pretty fresh. And not that I know, I don't juice my own nuts, but some people do.
Sinner, liar.
Don't judge me, okay?
Try not to. But it's getting really difficult.
To not judge me.
Walnuts next week. Yay! Bob, I know you, Bob. You don't know me, but I know you, Bob.
Pop says, I don't know those guys. I know some of those guys, but not those guys.
Those guys seem like good guys. Bob, thank you for the compliment. We are. Yeah, we're watching you play, Bobby.
We don't want to influence the action, but please start potting some of these bets. Thank you. Come again. Shane, monster hand, 4, 7, 8, 9, double suited. I love it. Love it. Love it. Wow, look at all these outs. These outs are all out there. 5, 6, 7, 9, 6, 6, 8. All those outs are
because
gone.
they always say almond paste is very expensive.
Who's they?
Like bakers.
They say that?
Yeah, like when you get the pinoli cookies, like the Italian pinoli cookies, they're always so expensive, and you're like, why is it so expensive? Oh, almond paste. It's really,
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But
I-
now you're telling me it's inexpensive. I feel like I'm getting ripped
Well,
off.
it's inexpensive to make your own milk from
But almond
almonds.
paste is expensive.
I mean, everything's expensive now. Walnuts are expensive.
In this
almonds
economy?
expensive. Did you just run over a deer?
In this economy?
Let's see. Somebody folded some straight draws. Ooh, that bone broth.
Ooh.
That's good stuff, Ann. That is good stuff.
I'm
Shane,
liking this, Ann. I'm liking all these natural, do-it-yourself. Now you're doing the bone broth, the walnut juice. Forget about it. This is unbelievable. I had no idea. You take the bone broth, you put it in the fridge. You can freeze some of it.
you can do that.
I like to make my own stock every now and again, but the bone broth, ooh.
I make my own stock and then I'll freeze it and I'll bring it out for some whatever. I'll use it for my rice. I'll
Oh,
use
good.
it for different stoops and stocks and
Stoops and stocks.
I do things.
Stoops and stocks and crock pots and tops of soda.
Soda tops. Bob is almost definitely flopping a set here.
You're going to get it, Bobby. Man, I hate that Bob Barker.
Price is wrong, bitch.
Bob. That's what they say on TNT.
Bob. Yeah, that's right.
The price is wrong, Bob.
My favorite TV dub of all time.
Okay, I love these.
I told you, by the way, 100% he's flopping a set. There was
You
no,
did,
there was no doubt
actually.
in my mind.
Well, you said 100%. I just assumed it was already there.
No, it was just on the way.
Okay.
My favorite TV dub of all time was Half Baked, and he was telling him about the order. They were going to get something at the shop at the store, and he's like, "Oh yeah, and that stuff we used to eat back in the day,
Yeah, what was it?
pudding."
That's awesome.
It was good.
That is very good.
And they dubbed it like right perfectly to the word that he was saying, and it was pretty.
The
good.
other TNT one on Happy Gilmore was gold jacket, green jacket, who gives a hoot?
Oh, that's good.
Bob has trips, and he shows them. What a lovely guy. Oh, and the stuff we used to eat back in the day? Pudding.
Pudding. And then at the end, they double down. At the end, he's like, I love weed. I love it, but not as much as I love pudding.
$15 for nuts makes a monthly batch of healthy nut brew milk, quote unquote. No soda.
It old you lemon water, my friend. That might mean something else, but she's not wrong though. Like I didn't know $15 will get you a monthly supply of
Oat milk.
nut milk.
Or not oat milk, nut milk. Just seems bad saying it.
Yeah, not if you know what we're talking about.
Walnut? D's? Bob. Can't do it. I just can't do it. Can't read it. There's no words.
Guys, the blinds are up 3,000, 6,000 with the 6,000 chip ante. That means any pre-flop potting would be 21,000. Now is the time to pot. Now is the time.
Mm-hmm. Dan can't make the. Oh, I'm sorry. That was James. James can't make the bet. Dan can.
Dan's got top 2. James just has a gutter ball with a pair of aces. It's a bit shrivelly.
Yeah. He also has
Nope, that's it. He's
just
got
a gutter ball.
Just the gutter ball. That would give him the nuts, though. Any 4 would give him the nuts, but that's a big bet, though.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan actually only plays good hands, so it's probably a good fold from James.
Dan, the good hand man.
Does this look like a guy beat by jacks?
Shane.
Dan, what's the square root of this apartment?
Oh, we're going to get a false read here.
Katie's got some big-ass puddings.
We are going to get a false read on James.
Why you say it like that?
He threw it right into the box of James's hand. And now Eric has one of James's cards. All in for Neil.
Neil says this is the one. And actually, I don't really mind it too much.
Under the gun. Strong raise.
I mean, it's going to be this one or the next one. So actually, this is the move. If you have
Yeah.
a relatively playable hand,
100%.
you're having blind
I mean,
hands.
worst comes to worst, you're up against aces. Big deal.
Worst, I mean, and best comes to best, everybody folds, and
Exactly.
you win a 15K pot without even seeing a flop.
All right, got a little
Well,
protection
That is a lot of protection.
from James. I'm guessing. Oh, Brett went all in.
Wow,
Neil's gone. What does James have here?
No, Neil's all in.
All in, all in. What's going on with James? Queen 10.
James wants to see
Queen
a
Jack
flop.
10-6.
I kind of like this call. The chance to
wants to
take out
knock
2
out-
players.
yeah.
I like it.
Exactly.
Dan has 3 6s. I
El
can't
Diablo.
imagine he's calling.
Dan wins the props.
I actually really like the entire process of what just happened here. Like, James is trying to take out 2 players. Brett's in with a relatively good hand. Neil's in with a meh hand, but it has so many good possibilities. I really like kind of how everybody played this. Neil could have played this hand or any blind hand behind it, and his clubs are good here. He has a lot of straight possibilities, obviously 2-pair possibilities, And this is what I was saying with James. A lot of players aren't going to call with his hand, but he's calling because he understands that he has a really good shot to take out 2 players. I mean, this is basically 33, 33, 33. Obviously, Brett's a little bit more, but see, look, boom. That's
8.
That's Boomtown for Neil so far. Pair of 8s. Queen helps James.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you win. That's
James
like I
takes
said.
it down.
There's a beautiful call from James. I mean, I really like it.
2 players.
To take out 2 players, and he did.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Dude, Kevin's an assassin, huh?
Oh, nice. November will be a good time to come down. It'll be nice and busy. Action's been good. Just, season has hit us. It is official. September is not part of the season.
No, it is not.
But, like I said, still getting great 2-5 games, great 1-2 games. We've even been opening up to Omaha every now and again. Randomly get a game. We really should just be spreading the 2-5 Omaha with 2 to 1,000 buy-in.
Yeah, I'm in. Where's that game?
Like, we should be spreading it.
Oh, okay.
Because everybody, like, when they try to do Omaha, it's like, oh, well, what is the game? It's like, oh, $500 buy-in, and then people hate it. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not you could do a 2-2 with a $5 bring in, and and you can still do a 2 to 1,000 for that game.
That's what I'm saying. It's the buy-ins that
It's the
chase
cap.
people away.
Right,
yeah.
right.
The $500 cap because nobody wants to get into an Omaha game where you can only buy in for 500.
He just got one.
I'm good, thanks, man. Robbie the Fire. Eric with aces here.
Double suited aces, buddy. Those
Yeah.
those aren't just any aces.
No, you're right. Those are. Please make the distinction. James folds out a turn. He smells double suited aces on Eric. Raise to 45.
Shane min clicked to 12K off rip, and now Eric says we're gonna play for more.
Yeah, and Eric's gonna. I mean, Shane's gonna fold as fast as humanly possible.
Of course, he's got. What are we talking
But
about?
it's funny. You want me to show him? He's like, you have aces. That's right. I'll show him. Remember you were saying earlier about that?
Call back.
PLO 2000. What are the blinds on that, Ann?
25.50 $.
Yeah, what are the blinds on PLO 2000? What? I don't know there.
No, it's just the way you said it, like it's a new game. PLO 2000.
Well, that's like with the micro stakes at least. That's what you. That's how they have it listed on a line. PLO 20, PLO 500 or whatever. That's the max.
What's
buy-in.
PLO 20? That's a max buy-in?
PLO 20 is 2 cent, 5 cent.
Where?
Bovada.
Okay. I got
Micro
you.
stakes.
Got you.
Online.
Online stakes. I got you.
Or no limit 25 is like 2 cent, 5
But whatever
cent.
number they put after PLO, that's the max you could buy in for? Like
Yeah,
if it's
exactly.
PLO 25 or PLO 2000 or okay. I did not know that.
So that's why I was wondering what the blinds are because I would probably 2-5, right? I mean, that would make sense.
But that's the same thing as a 2-2 with a $5 bring-in.
Or maybe
it's the same
5-5.
thing. Again, it's the same. If it's
It is
5-5
the
with
same
a
thing.
$5 bring-in, it should still only be 1,000, I would think.
the-
But I don't know because that's 200 big blinds, right?
What do you think is the? I know this is a dumb question because it probably is. It's both equally the same, but 25.50. Would you get more players in Broward with a higher buy-in? Try it twice a month. 25.50. What would the buy-in be for a 25.50 game? 10K.
25.50 PLO.
Yeah, it's got to be 10, right?
I mean, you can do a minimum 2K, 2 to 5, 2 to
200
10.
buy-in.
Yeah.
There are 200 big blinds.
Yeah.
Somewhere 10, 20.
I mean, I play in a private game, private PLO game, and it's
What's your stakes?
So it's a 5-5 with a button straddle, and you can straddle anywhere up to sometimes it's 25, sometimes it's 50.
Okay.
But I mean, you're just assuming it's going to be 25, and people are still
Yeah.
only buying in for 500 to 1,000. Just obvious, it is rough, but I mean at the same time, there's a lot of action and.
No, but they're allowed to buy in for more if they like.
Oh,
it.
of course, you can
What
buy
is it?
table stakes.
Table
Yeah,
stakes.
absolutely.
Table stakes gets a little crazy.
Of course, yeah. but
I
that's-
played table stakes. We were playing 10 cent, like 10 cent, 10 cent, and table stakes, and it's just like okay,
it's
we're
it's
buying
ridiculous.
for 300 at the end of it. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it's-
Absolutely.
yeah. But yeah. So my question is what's more important, the max buying at Omaha or max buying in Hold'em?
Hold them, in my opinion. Just because in Omaha, I mean, depending on how you're playing too, if we're talking cash, if you could buy in for 200 every time and the blinds are 5-5 and you're seeing any hand you like and you can just randomly keep buying in because there's going to be so much action, you can double up so quickly. And this depends on your bankroll and it depends on the players at the table. It depends on just the game in general. But I mean, you don't have to max buy in at PLO because you can get that in like 10, 15 minutes on a good streak, And there's already going to be so much action as opposed to Hold'em where you really kind of have to wait for a good spot. I think it's much more important to have a max buy-in stack in Hold'em than in PLO. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily
No,
right
exactly.
or wrong.
That's why I said it's a dumb question, but
No, it's not a dumb
just
question at all.
wondering.
That's just my take on it.
Yeah. I just never seen so many people complain about the buy-in not being big enough for the Omaha game. And like,
Like here,
they
you
don't-
mean? So,
Oh, yeah.
So what was the bind? We had a 2-2
Well, they
going,
start
right?
with it's a 1-2 bring in for 5.
Uh-huh.
So it's basically 1-2 like if you're going to call it's 5.
Right.
And the
And what's the max bind for that game? 500? Yeah.
And people
that's
are
only-
like, this is ridiculous. Like, you can't do that. You know what I mean?
So at other establishments, the max bind for that game would be 1,000, where I've played before.
That's what I was thinking. 1,000, 2
Right.
to 10,
Mhm.
be perfect.
Yep. And I think in the only reason,
Well, we did 1 to 5, so you could buy in for 100. It was like 1 to 5, so they're trying to make it like low stakes.
right?
But there's no such thing as low stakes Omaha,
I guess it depends on just what everybody has.
because the smallest
At
we
the
can
table.
do is 1-2. But then nobody's doing the 1-2. It's always going to bring in for 5 because it makes the pot easier. You count both blinds as 5.
Right.
So you're $20. So it's 1-2, 20. You know what I mean? And then
Uh-huh.
you're only doing 500. So it's like, I don't know. It's a little.
In my opinion,
little
now the
tough.
way we do things, our 2-5 games, obviously our cap on that buy-in is 500, which could be better, could be worse, whatever. But 500, that's fine. The way we're doing our Omaha games, when we have them, they're trying to keep it the same as Hold'em, and you just can't do it, in my opinion. So
No, that's right. You're right. I agree.
it should be 2 to 1,000.
2 to 1,000. I think we all agree here.
Yeah.
It's all about doubling up in high stakes. And what are you saying? You gotta just jam until you double up, and then you can play poker. Because I feel like that's a valid strategy. Time to double. All right, I'm gonna have an apple, so I don't pass out.
That says it keeps the physicians away. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, you making them? Okay. What up, Luke? Yeah, Sal was just talking about making chicken cutlets tonight. I've been making some pretty good food recently. I made some some Asian chicken, little hoisin, honey, soy sauce, chili oil. Make some rice, carrots, onions, peas. Mwah. Delicioso. Where you at now, Luke?
And then I dealt someone else a straight flush. Me too. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, it was over. Maybe it wasn't here, but over there early on, I had flopped open in with the straight flush draw, and then turned to straight flush on big. Yeah, didn't even have to wait. That was I think the guy had a set. The ten of hearts, right? Yeah. Diamond. Yeah. Oh, diamond. The guy had a set. I remember hearts. Yeah, I dealt the hearts. Yeah, that was this other guy, the cowboy here. Yeah. He was crazy. He fell off his horse. Yeah, he was laughing when he saw he flopped it straight and didn't down the turn. He got the nut. I thought he missed. I thought he missed everything. And he kept laughing. He's like, "Oh my god, I got a straight flush." He's all in. He has no money. Well, semis took a little beat. I'm much more connected with Russell. Small cap, big cap. Primarily tech guy. Yeah. Like I have Microsoft and Meta. When I don't have Nvidia though, so I missed out on that. Then I had some, but not nearly as much as I wish I had. That's crazy. I bought my son for his birthday last year, September 6th. So it's almost a year to the day. I bought him the stock when I went up to see him at college, and then I saw the CEO on CNBC, and the guy wasn't like keeping the stock. He just spoke like a businessman. The guy was behind Panera originally. Now he's got this concept Kava. It's a Mediterranean concept. So the long and short is I buy the stock for my son 3 times in a week. If it goes from 42 to 38 to 35, I say, okay, I'll hold it. It's down to 32. A year later, stock's 102. It's like Pop's restaurant stock. Yeah. Get lucky. Oh, I'm good. Big it is. Okay.
You're doing a hell of a job, Kevin.
Sorry. Thanks, man.
So got a pretty good flop for Shane. Shane's got a full wrap. Eric's got a pair and a flush draw. Dan got a pair and a gutter ball. And Bob has I don't know what.
I saw it also. I was like, wait, there's a play on it.
Like I said, Shane's got the full wrap here. He likes calling with the wraps, but not the nut flush draws. 8 for Eric. This is a really good place to bluff, but he's going to check it. 5's going to give Shane the straight. Eric's probably just going to check it here. You can only win if he bluffs, but I can't see him bluffing here. Straight's gonna go ahead and take her down. Dan's only got 9 big blinds left. Shane with the big stack, 262,000.
Luke, you're in the rig? Give me a little. Meh, meh. Those rigs, man, they're hard to drive. My buddy, he just started driving a rig last year, and apparently you get like 3 accidents your first year, and if you get like 2 within 6 months, or like I don't even know, like it's like you're off the road, and he got into 2, and like he's like for the next 6 months he can't like get into any of them. But they weren't big. They were just like, randomly lit, like, clipped this or whatever. But one of them, he was backing up, and the gas tank uh, clipped one of those pole barriers by a gas station. You know what I'm talking about? Like those poles.
The pole on the truck or the pole on the gas station?
Pole in the gas station.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like
They're just
like this.
randomly out
so
there.
in case somebody comes running in, they hit the pole as opposed to the gas tank.
Right.
Well, he like just opened it up like a can opener. You know what I mean? Like because he couldn't see that little tiny pole, and it like skimmed the gas tank in the rig, and spilled into a drain, and the drain goes to Saratoga Lake. So they had to like call like the nature police, and they had to suck all of the gas out of the drain. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because they were afraid that it was like going to go into the lake. Like they had to like act quickly.
Mhm.
It was like a couple $100,000 cleanup.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Pretty rough. Rookie moves. Yeah, well, he's a rookie. That's what happens when you are a rookie. What about your first year? You ever accidentally run a car over or something? You get nerve-wracking when you're first driving those things.
I mean,
There's bridges you can't go under. There's roads that you just can't take. You have to like pull if you're doing any kind of like beverage drop off or whatever, snacks drop off. Like you have to be able to get around parking lots. Accident free, 8 years clear. I'm knocking on wood. Good job, Luke. I guess just truck driving was in your bones. I did knock on wood.
I can confirm.
Yes.
Shane with a playable 8-10 Jack Queen.
It is kind of nice knowing that, like, if at any point in time, if you really needed to get out of the traffic jam, you could just run everybody over. Just push them out of the way, like in Who's Harry Crumb?
Never seen it.
John Candy. At the end of it, he's got to like get past the bridge, and he's in a big rig, and then the song comes on. Running around the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes my way. Steppenwolf, Born to be Wild. That's what it is. I learned back in A Minute to the Bay Doors. I learned back in A Minute to the Bay Doors for a moving company when I was 16 to 21. Oh, okay. Never hit the road, just back them up. Okay. That's the hard part. Trying to back them up straight. I had a full open concrete pad, so I was clear of hitting anything. I could make any mistake I wanted and learn from it without tearing anything up. Yeah, he went to some class, but he was only in there for, I don't know, 6 weeks. Maybe a little longer.
Kings are going to hold up somehow.
King me, Danny. Oh, Danny boy, the kings are calling.
From glen to glen.
One thing I will say, Luke, and don't take this personally, but you truck drivers are crazy at nighttime. Like you're like 3 o'clock in the morning. If you're like out on the road, man, they are.
So, Bluke, I think you can relate to this. I'm pretty sure most truck drivers feel a sense of entitlement just because you are like the offensive line. You are the fullback. You guys are basically running shit on the road.
Oh yeah. You know what I've always wanted to do is the Fast and the Furious slide underneath the truck. I wonder if that even works.
I mean, you have to have a car low enough and a truck high enough. So
I mean, they did it, right? All those were their own stunts.
I don't know.
I don't know what.
Who's on first?
What's on second?
I don't know who's on third.
Me neither. What are you signing for?
Yeah, what are you doing? Are you leaving? Listen, buddy, you don't have kids, you don't have dogs, you don't have... You have dogs? Yeah,
And cats.
you don't have to explain yourself.
Yeah. Get out of here, bro.
I'm just trolling unnecessarily.
Looks like Bob shows something. Oh, a king. Oh, quads. Quads alert. It's leg day for Bob. You talking AC? Just shut off?
You know how you have a console that controls everything on the wall?
Yeah.
It's just not. I can't. It's not responding. In and
Even
out.
with the new battery?
No, it's not a new battery. It just out of nowhere last night. Like it literally, I told Terry, turn the heat on.
No, he's talking about like, did you try to put it in like a new battery to on the wall system on the wall? It takes batteries, so maybe they.
I mean, it's no. It's on. It's fully lit up, but when you touch the screen, you can't do any settings. It's like it's locked up. Like it's not.
Have you tried taking the batteries in and out, like turning it on or off?
I did restart it, so it did a full reboot, rebooted back up.
Hmm.
So I'm just waiting for a place in AC company in Jupiter called Complete Comfort. I mean, they're amazing. Like they do. Like I do make 2 maintenance appointments a year. They're phenomenal. Never had an issue, and then just literally last night just popped up. So
Limped pot.
I need to go home right now and see what's going on. Like, and then I'm gonna see if I can call them if I can get them over here maybe tomorrow morning. So I'm just terrified that something's going on right now, and I'm not there. You know what I mean? That's all. Yeah. You're good.
All right, James. See you, buddy. Everybody's checking. Free card. Shane with the aces didn't want to put a little bet out there with the 8-deuce-5
He's
flop.
got the ace of hearts for the nut flush blocker. He has a wheel draw. I would have bet the shit out of that flop. Now, granted, Dan would have called with a flush draw and a wrap, but you know.
Ooh, he's folding. Wow, that was a
Dan's
quick
not
fold.
folding. Dan's not folding.
Shane though. Shane folded. That was a quick one.
His hand's still good too, right? Aces are still good. I mean, they would have been had he called.
We don't know what
Yeah, aces,
James has.
aces would have
but
held up. Wow, Dan's putting in a. Wow, it worked.
Oh yeah. James must have had a flush draw.
Yeah. Wow, what a nice bluffy bet there. Kind of surprised. I mean, I guess you have to put it out there. You only got a pair of sixes, but still, that's not a very big bet to make. I mean, it's getting called by pretty much any two pair. That's a ballsy bet. I like it. I mean, I like it more that it worked.
I can't believe that Shane didn't bet that flop. I just
Yeah.
don't get it, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I understand folding to a bet, but I do not understand not betting them. You know what I mean?
100%.
It's like,
yeah.
you don't get those hands very often. You really got to
And those flops too. Like you're gonna find out real fast if someone's got a weird set of deuces or something.
Yeah.
You're gonna find out real fast, but you gotta bet it. Now you know what I think happens if he does bet that. I really feel like Dan
still takes it down.
Well, no, I don't think he takes it down, but I feel like Dan's probably repotting. He's open ended. He has a pair and he's got a flush draw. That's a monster flop for Dan. I just don't know how he's gonna play it at that point. And
Right.
obviously, these guys are playing for
Look
first.
at Shane. He picks up another very, very
That's a
strong
monster.
hand.
That's a monster. And of course, James has this flush draw out. Wow, Shane does not want to see clubs here.
I mean, if I have the stack like James, I'm also calling because I
Oh,
just.
for sure, that's a
I just-
monster. Look at his hand. That's
Well,
a
no,
monster.
I'm just noticing this guy fold like just so much on to every bet. He doesn't like to call bets.
Wow, what a monster flop for James.
He's gonna bet. Shane's gonna call.
James has 3 sevens and he's open ended.
What? How does Shane snap that in there? James hasn't stepped out of line. I mean, I know you tell me he's capable of it, but I have not seen it.
He's gonna be dead to a king. It's a boat for James. No king.
No king. James doubles up. Guess he's just trying to knock him out, I suppose. Wow.
I mean,
105.
That's an interesting call on Shane's part there. 'Cause
I don't understand how you could. What's the difference between that one and the hand before? Like, what are we doing?
The one guy who calls you, does he really have a 7? I don't know if I'm folding kings there either, to be honest.
I hear you.
That's a tough spot. That's a tough spot.
I hear you. I guess, it's just easy to see it from here, but he didn't even take 1 second to think about
No,
it.
he did not.
I mean, the guy was in the big blind. He just called his raise. I mean, he's calling with a lot of weak hands.
No, his range there is huge.
Right.
But just, it was a rainbow board. Obviously, it was paired.
Paired board, that's the problem. I now understand paired board's a good board to bluff on, but it's also a horrible board to call an overpair with.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no more bluffing. You went all in. Like, what do you think he has here? This is for his tournament. What are you beating? This is what I'm trying to say here.
I mean, he's beating like 6, 8 in pocket 10s, 6, 8, and 9s. I mean, there's a lot of hands that he's beating, but obviously not.
Yeah,
three
that
of a
he's
kind.
shoving with pocket tens. Shane definitely had the hands to be in a dominant position here. So it's always frustrating to see somebody who actually got the cards to win the whole thing and just navigated in the wrong spots, and now he's on life support. I'm not sure what Bob is trying to do. Okay, just call. Gotcha. So James and Bob and James.
Pretty good flop for James, I'd say.
I would say that James, that's an above average flop. Slightly above average. He's probably a favorite to win. He's going to bet Bob's looking at ace high, or no, I'm sorry, threes.
He's got threes and queens.
No, ace high. I know, threes. Yeah, that's it. Quads, baby. Shane now at 7 big blinds. Eric with 154,000. Goes all the way up to James, now the chip leader with 326. So we're going to see some salsa, baby. Hey, if you want to know the payouts, all you got to do is hit exclamation point payouts, just like this. And if you're looking on Twitch, you'll see them. Now, if you can't do that because you're driving a big rig, Bluke, then let me just tell you what the first prize is. First prize, 1,897. Second place, 1,173. Third place, 817. Fourth place, 663 or 633. And the next person who gets knocked out is going to collect $540. Would you like me to run another report?
A couple of interesting flops here. Eric's got just the regular aces that he had. James has 2 pair of tens and deuces. Bob with we don't know, and Dan with a pair of tens.
I don't know what.
Dan's got a gutter ball with his pair of tens.
Eric refuses to bet his aces. I mean, I'm betting this every single time. You're going to let James? What?
James has 2 pair.
Oh, yeah. 10 deuce. I'm still betting it every single time.
Yep.
So James makes it 32,000. And now Eric's in a position to Eric's in a tight spot here. He has no idea what to do. I don't blame him.
I think he knows the right play here. You can't just call here. You either have to fold or raise.
Pork loin cacciatore tonight, keto style with spaghetti squash. Yes, I'm Italian. Wow, man. I'm in love. I am in love. You've said all the right things.
You had me at cacciatore.
You had me at cacciatore. And you know, I am in a war with pasta. I don't know if you are in the same war, but I have. We're all in the war together. Honestly, you know, we're fighting against pasta. Currently, pasta's winning. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could lose about a good 60 pounds. If I lost 60 pounds, I'd be in my fighting weight.
So if you had to substitute noodles, are you going like zucchini spaghetti or are you going like chickpea protein pasta?
I'm just going with an apple. Till I'm skinny enough to eat pasta again.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If you could substitute your pasta, would you substitute it with zucchini noodles or with chickpea noodles?
I've tried them all. I hated them all.
I mean, it's really not the chickpea stuff is actually not terrible.
Yeah?
I mean, it's really
For
pretty
me, it's
comparable.
terrible.
It's pretty comparable to regular pasta. It's not.
You're right. It is pretty comparable, but like in the sense that it is in noodle form. Oh, let's compare these two. They look alike. But I don't know the grittiness. It's just I just can't get behind it. What you really need to do, and by you I mean me, what you really need to do is get some flour from Europe that isn't like straight up half glyphosate. I mean, honestly, that's what we got to do. Gluten-free noodle after 3 to 6 months on keto. For now, squash. Hey, stick it out, and you're doing great. 6 months on keto, that's pretty remarkable. I guess you are winning the war on pasta. You've won your battle. Bobby with trip queens.
Well, this is what you get for checking that flop, Bob.
Dan's got the 10 and a piece for straight to the king, but he doesn't like it.
Hey, he likes it enough to bet the pot.
Excuse me. Wow, Bob's going to make a call here.
Bob says, I got lots of outs to the nuts.
The fact that he thought that long is probably good for Dan.
Well, this is all going to be really obvious on this river because if the board pairs, Bob's betting, and if not, then he's checking. So Dan should have a pretty good idea where he's at. If this is anything other than a spade or a paired board, I'm still betting if I'm Dan because Bob would have raised if he had ace-10. That's a terrible card for Dan.
Yep.
Wow, he checked?
Yeah, he doesn't like to bet the second nuts. He likes to, keep them. And play George.
Jorge, chime in. He had enough of this pasta replacement talk. He said, drink your liquor, eat your spaghetti, play cards, and shut the F up about it. Jorge, I'm with you, buddy. Dude, James got himself a little stack over there, huh? 360K?
Yeah.
Rip City. Shane is in trouble.
You've left Jorge speechless.
I don't practice Jorge Santa Ana. I ain't got no crystal ball. I love this by James.
James
Keep the
had pocket
pressure
sevens,
on.
and he bet it all.
Keep the pressure on.
It's a great hand, by the way.
Ooh, Bob's got himself a pretty good hand, too.
And thank you so much for chatting.
And we miss you. Hope everything works out well for you in Jacksonville.
Yes.
Crush it.
Crush the nuts.
And make some milk.
It makes
All right, Bob's going to come along and see a flop here. Eric continuously does not want to put his cards in the box.
Yeah, that Eric. That's Eric being Eric.
But I had $1 million.
Check without looking.
I spent it
Picks up a
all.
diamond draw.
If I can't find the hammer and the central that she found.
And Bob's got a straight draw with a bottom pair. Both. Bob's going to check it.
Well, that's a pretty good card for Bob.
Yeah, Bob likes that. If I'm Bob, I'm like, oh, yeah, score.
Oh, Bob's checking it. Don't like that. Bob's going to stay good, though, somehow. James is shut down. I don't think. Oh, what? Whoop. He's getting snap called here.
Oh, God. So they say when the.
Sorry, this is not a snap call, but this is a call, obviously.
Well, because nothing got there. And when you're supposed to fire when things get there.
He folds?
Wow.
What?
I've never seen his equal.
What?
He either A, check trips twice, or B, has nothing.
Bob just folded kings with an ace kicker.
Kings and tens.
Kings and fours. He didn't have a 10. He had ace, king, 3, 4.
He had ace, king, 3, 4, so he had a boat?
Ace, king, 2, 3. Sorry. Ace, king, 2, 3. Double suited.
Okay.
So he had kings and fours with an ace.
All right. Makes sense.
The fold doesn't make sense. 20K into a almost 100,000 pot with no flush, no straight out there.
I got about $100,000.
Bob
Bob with a nice little ace suited hand. supposed to call those.
Yeah.
Eric with kings is going to conceal his hand. Oh, no, he's not. Okay. He's going to raise. Oh, no, just call. Conceal. Conceal. Quingeal. Squingeal. Congeal.
Well, that worked out good for him.
Why you say king?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I say king.
James has a straight draw and a flush draw. And
Oh,
a pair.
wow. Where's all the money? Where's all the money? Where's all the money in this pot? Raise his ass. Excuse me. Raise his ass. I'd love to see what Eric does to her with a raise here.
I think he folds. If James pots it, I think he
Yeah.
folds.
Sometimes it's just worth being an absolute maniac.
Ain't got to tell me. Blinds are now 5,000, 10,000 with a 10,000 ante. So that is 25,000 in blinds every 5 hands.
Good Lord, that's a lot of blinds.
Good Lord, Chip. I don't like the way they talk to you, Chip.
Talking like a bunch of winners. Sorry, Jorge. But I really just wanted to see him raise. Sorry.
We're idealists and dreamers around here, Jorge. We like to hypothesize.
Shane is taking a stand.
He is double suited.
James with a
James is
callable
snap.
hand.
Oh, for sure. He's been calling hands like this to take players out all night.
And Shane's hearts are no good. His fives are good at the moment.
I like James' hand much more than Shane's hand. Kind of surprised Shane chose this hand to put it all in with. I'm actually very surprised. Yeah, give me James' hand all day. Wow. Best flop he could have hoped for
Yeah,
without flopping
that's
a set.
it.
Wow, of course there's a 9.
Still's got to be favored.
He's open-ended. No, that's it.
Wow, Jackson nines. Just runner was good enough, but Shane takes out
my
fifth
God.
place. Still won. Made some money. I don't know how many buy-ins he was in for, but
Buddy, your commentary is second to none. You are so on point, like all the time.
sometimes.
My dog says, one runner was enough. Hey, Jeffrey in the chat.
I can't read that, dude. I can't read that out loud.
That's funny.
Jeff, if you're listening, by the way, I didn't realize you were in a big pot when Bennett was trying to get through, and that 4 people had already asked you to move. So that's had I known, I probably would have not said anything. Jeff's like, how do I lose to these people?
That's good. Humidous. So humidous. Oh, everyone's got a diamond draw here.
Yeah, a lot of diamond draws.
Bob has the best diamond draw. He also has a wheel draw. Dan has the overpair, which technically is good right now, but oh no, James has the overpair, which is good right now.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, Bob has the ace-king overs. He has the better flush draw. He's got the wheel draw.
The wheel draw. Needs a little tree ski.
Utruski.
Yeah, good fold, Bob.
Is it?
Our pleasure, Jeff.
Jeff, thanks for making us laugh, man.
Yeah, seriously. Saying the things that we can't. James is going to make the fold there.
They both fold better flush draws than Dan. Dan had the worst flush draw and won. It's impressive. Jeff, I don't know if he's the biggest, but you know.
What? He's up there? Eric's just navigating his way through, trying to take this thing down. Man, I'll tell you, if he ever learns how to raise pre-flop, it's going to be just amazing. Ooh, a blind hand versus a blind hand. Eric's going to show. All right, thank you. Bob's going to use all that information against him. Remember that one time?
Remember that one time when everybody folded you and you had ace, queen, 3-9 Badoogie?
I'll never forget it.
Never. I'm filing that one away.
Okay, four-headed monster here. Let's do this. Let's see what you got on the button, Bob. I don't know if you know this, but this is a big spot for you right here.
For Bob?
Yeah, Bob's on the button.
Oh, God.
Ooh, looks like Dan's going to raise. What's going on with the hands, though? Are we out? Oh. Eric picks up kings. Let's see him limp it. Bob can't make it. Can't do it.
Let's see what Jeff's commentary is now.
Let's see what he does here. Let's see how Eric plays this. Oh, he's putting in a raise. That's going to do it.
There's no way this guy's raising. There's no
putting
way.
in a raise.
I'm telling
That's
you,
it.
he's not.
Oh, no. Dan raised. He's just making a call.
How? Wow. Flop's a pretty good hand. He still has the kings with a double gutter.
Canada, eh? Almost. made it.
Almost going over the border for some French fries and gravy, sir.
Eric with the double belly buster here. Pot, all of it.
And the overpair.
Should be all of it. Pretty close. Dan's going to call.
Wow, Dan's open-ended.
What
with
is it?
With a pair of
Ace,
queens.
9, 7. Oh, no, ace,
Oh,
queen.
he's got a monster. He's
Wow.
got queens open-ended. That's pretty close here. 10 is not
10
going to help
kings
nobody. Eh?
Kings look like they're going to hold.
Wow, until
Full house.
Full house. What a 10 that was. Because that
The
would
Canadian takes it down.
that would have given Dan the straight without the paired board.
Eric, that's all. I mean, Jeff, that's all you needed to say. And now Eric's going to win this thing.
He's a very nice man.
We love him.
Oh. About to say, it didn't sound like you were talking about the other guy.
All right, what do you say? Chop it up, fellas.
Come on, Denim Dan.
What's with the Canadian tuxedo, Denim Dan?
There you go. That's what I was going for.
Eric is not Canadian? What the hell is going on here?
We've been fed misinformation, lies,
Malinformation.
fake news.
These guys are going to play it out, huh?
For this hand at least. Oh, Jeff says James won't chop. Interesting.
Okay.
I mean, I don't blame him. He does have the chip leader, and he is the best player at the table. And, I mean, I kind of don't blame him personally for going for it. Unless they're offering him top dog money or close to it. He's
Well, it's going to be close to it.
But I'm saying if they did an ICM right now, first place is 19-something. I mean, if they offered him 18, you think he would take it?
I don't mind trying to get Bob out Yeah, no, I think you would take that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I would take that. All right, he's going to let Eric try to take him out. Let's see what Bob does here with a 9-5-5 deuce.
Yeah, you're right, Jeff. I mean, he's got more than twice Bob's stack. He obviously has more than Eric, too, so it's a pretty good flop for Bob. He's got top pair with a straight draw,
Spades.
flush draw.
Yep. Top pair, straight draw, flush draw. What else are you looking for?
I want the nuts. I want the nutty almond milk,
He's
please.
just checking it. Oh, my goodness. Eric's taking the bait here. I don't really know what he's got, but I haven't seen Eric bet without something strong in a long time, like the Reagan administration.
I'm just saying, if you're Bob and you're going to play a hand like this and you get that kind of flop, I mean, I feel like,
Yeah, what else are you looking for?
I mean, if he's got Jack 10, he's got it. But, yeah, what else are you looking for?
Of course he checks and he folds.
And then he shows. And then he shows that he's
Wow.
folding a monster. Eric, you going to show the Jack 10?
Yeah, what are you going to show here?
Better
King,
spades.
queen of spades?
King, deuce of spades. King, queen, yeah.
Kings with a king, queen of spades?
I believe so. No, I think it was just king, queen. He showed king, deuce of spades. And then the other
okay.
hand was like queen something else. So just overs and a better flush draw.
That might have been the spot for you, Bob.
Come on, Bob. Do better, Bob.
How many folds with the best hand you think Bob's made? I think that makes about a baker's dozen for him, Bob.
Who would win in a fight?
Oh, we're chopping.
Dicka or God?
Oh, no, we're not chopping?
No, I think he dealt out misdeal.
Throw a chair. Old school. Kevin doesn't know old school? Come on. Come on. Well, I'm gonna have to invite him over for movie night. You know what I mean? Kevin still doesn't know what the hell's going on. Oh yeah, okay.
Old school.
Oh, yeah, old
yeah,
school. The
yeah,
move, yeah,
that-
yeah,
Oh, with
yeah.
Will Ferrell. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah, he's funny.
It's a film, right? They had the credits at the end.
The movies,
right? They
frat,
rolled the credits.
yeah,
I
like
remember
Animal
that.
House. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it's good.
Like Animal House. He doesn't know Animal House.
No,
either.
no, definitely not.
Say, you don't know old school. You definitely don't know Animal House. Eric scooping it up. Okay, here we go. James's big blind. This is where things get interesting. 10-15, 15 ante. 40,000 in the pot before even looking. Before even making a bet, I mean. All right, Bob. Now's your chance, man.
Come
you
on, Bob.
need to pull this down.
You gotta make some moves, Bob.
You got to pull this down if you want to be in the conversation here. Or you could just take third. You could just keep folding and take third. It's fine. No? All right. No good. Oh, just any raise there. You know what I mean? Look at these hands that these guys have.
I mean, I don't know if either one of these guys are folding to try to take a player out, but
I think they would fold.
what's
the
the
Bob.
raise? The raise, the pot would be 35K. Yeah, they might fold those. I kind of like James's hand. James is never folding now. It's an interesting flop. Eric's got a two pair and a flush draw, and James has a open-ended.
Open-ender.
Oh, wow, he is just...
Eric's going for it with the top pair. No, two pair, excuse me. And a flush draw.
That's what I said, booby
Oh,
traps.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't
Why are you watching these idiots? Well, it's obviously for the commentating, right?
Jeff, I'd really like to meet your wife. I bet she's a wonderful lady, and if you know,
Oh, she's got to have the patience of
I
a
can
monk.
I bet she's hilarious. Actually, I bet she's very funny. Why are you watching these idiots? Hung out with them all day.
All right. Now Bob's in it. This is it, right? Like,
This is it.
this has got to be it for Bobby. He's got to either double up or go home at this point.
This ain't love, baby. Let them go.
Like, is he gonna wait to see if Eric and James like get mixed in?
I
to
don't.
A big hand?
I don't like
Is
that
what
strategy.
they're
If
trying-
that's
he's trying to do.
if that's what happens, I don't like that
Oh
strategy.
shoot! Thank you, Jeff. You officially made us hit the 100 mark on comments.
Well, technically, we should give his wife that credit because if she didn't come in and say, "What are you watching these idiots for?" we wouldn't have gotten to that 100.
Shout out to Jeff's wife. She's the best.
Shoot
20
hoot.
years of my shit.
That is one big pile of shit.
It's a lot of shit.
Bob, you flopped open-ended and a flush draw. What are you checking for?
He is just waiting to get beat.
Unbelievable.
He is just waiting to get beat. I don't know why.
I mean, he hits the nuts here. Let's see if James bites.
Okay, here it is. That's he min bets or no makes a 30, pretty much. Same idea. Yeah, he had it all. We know. If there's one person who knows, it's James. You probably didn't even need to tell him. You haven't made a bet since we've been like five-handed. You haven't even made a bet. This is the first bet you made.
And you should have made it on that last flop. Flop's the world. Obviously, you get there, but let's get some money in the pot before you get there. You know, like
three-handed. Just interesting to see. Well, now he's scooped up a hand, so maybe it's going to open up now. He was just waiting.
sound logic.
He's just waiting, for his time. Maybe now's his time. He's going to
The time is now.
putting the pedal to the metal.
I am the last one. That just randomly is in my brain, even when it has no context. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
We always
appreciate
you when you make it, man. It's always a much more exciting stream. So next time just don't run into the nuts, okay? Easier said than done.
What is this
I
here?
really like
Nice
this
little
tournament, though. I
limp.
really like. If I didn't work here, I would definitely
Oh,
play
my
this. I would
goodness.
play this tournament every Thursday.
Well, where else can you consistently get a multi-table Omaha tournament? You know what I mean? It's so
I
rare.
can't think of anything because I would be there if they did. If they had one,
It's
I would
usually
be
like
there.
the special event of a series,
Right. Right.
so-
No, it's definitely not a weekly, and it's definitely not. I mean, you're done in an afternoon. What time do we start? 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 3K
Start at
guarantee.
11. 3K guarantee. First place is 1,900. I mean, you really can't beat this tournament.
I've never played an Omaha tournament. Played a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Never played an Omaha tournament.
Yeah, me too. I would love to play an Omaha tournament. I would love it. Can we get someone to bet this?
Nope.
Nope. Why would we ever bet to try to take down a pot?
Because they're
three-handed?
playing Omaha and they're not playing a multi-table tournament. They're not playing final table at a multi-table tournament. They're playing Omaha. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. But I mean,
But yeah, the second that blinds go up and you have a limited amount of stack, like you need to make moves. You can't just check the showdown.
that's just
Who wins this? He backdoors into this.
they checked everything. They checked everything down, and
Eric
either one of these
sneezes at
guys,
that pot.
they don't even have to sneeze. They have to like stumble onto this pot and they take it down. Like I mean, we got to play some poker here, guys. Like
Yeah,
just
you
checking-
can't let Jeff get. You can't let Bob get 45,000 for doing nothing.
That's an easy 45. I mean,
He
if
did-
you were to bet it, if you were to bet it at any time, that's an easy 45,000 for Eric. If he bets it. And the same thing goes for Bob. If Bob bets at any time, I mean, obviously Eric could have had a pair of deuces and he takes that down. So if either one of them bet at any point in time, you're
Yeah.
taking that down instead of just check.
But the emphasis is on Eric with his stack.
Sure, I agree.
You understand why Bob's being a little tentative. That's fine. But you're supposed to pounce on that. All right, Bob on the button with nothing.
And it's not even like you have to bet pot. Bet half pot. Bet something.
Just
You know.
min bet.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. 15. Good. Okay, I have nothing. Good. If he raises, goodbye. See you later.
Exactly. But you're never going to find out where someone's at by checking. And Brian and I had like a 20-minute conversation last week on stream about that exact same thing. You will never find out any information by checking. You will only find out where your opponent's at by betting.
James hits trips here. See if Eric's in trouble or not.
Eric is definitely in trouble.
Deuce comes. Oh, you might have hit the straight right
10K,
here.
easy call.
Show him the ace-3, Eric. Quads.
He said quads.
That's impossible.
Well, apparently not.
Okay, so James didn't have a 5 then.
He did not.
Ay, ay, ay.
Hi, Papi. Well, that's our first card misread of the day for sure. So maybe it won't happen again. Steph did say something happened about 15 minutes ago. Let me see. Yeah, she said that a bunch has been going down.
What we got going on here with this button here with Eric? King, Jack of clubs, 10 deuce of diamonds, double suited. Not the worst.
Three-handed
button.
Just great.
But look, James is about to go all in on this.
Good,
guy.
he should. I'm betting the shit out of this pot.
Yep.
Good.
Bob. he's good. Unless it says ace, ace in his hand, I don't think he can call.
What if it's like ace, king, jack 10?
No good. In the muck. That's what he had, ace, king, jack 10. Okay.
Had a little ace. Okay. Guys, it's three-handed now, so I understand it's kind of scary when it's like 7, 8, 9-handed, but it's three-handed now. We need to open it up a little bit. You know, we can't just muck our way to a W. But James knows. He knows when these guys are strong. He knows when they're weak. And obviously, he had a really good hand right there. But it's not a great hand. It's a pretty good hand, especially it's a really good drawing hand. But he knows he's got a really good chance. He's got like a 75% chance of taking it down pre-flop, of just having both these guys fold if he just shows that kind of strength. I really like the spots he's picking, and there's a reason that he has the chip lead right now by a lot.
Limp.
Back to limping on the button. Both these guys
Bob
have
with
pretty playable hands.
hand
Bob, if you fold your cards,
for 5.
just get up and go home.
For 5.
Get up and go home.
For 5,000.
Uh,
He did it. For 5,000.
I'm just hoping that's a card misread, because I can't see
For
how
5,000.
we're ever folding a hand like that three-handed.
For 5,000. 5,000 to win 60.
Apparently it's a good fold, but that shouldn't matter, right? We shouldn't be results oriented. King, queen, jack. What do you have? King, queen, jack 3 or something?
I would have been booted out of this
super
tournament
bank.
so early.
Or you would have won a long time ago.
Yeah.
James has a flush. I'd like to see a little bet here. Eric has just a pair of 9s.
He's got the ace blocker. Maybe that gives him a little bit of strength in his head. No, okay.
I mean, if we're being honest, if he pots that, James folds. You know, sometimes you just kind of have to go with the read. You know he doesn't have the nut flush draw because you have the blocker. You know, he might have a flush, but when it's so strong, if he stays in the hand right there, whether he just smooth calls, you know, min raises, pots, anything he does right there besides fold is so strong.
Mm-hmm.
And he just took the other route. That was my Velociraptor sound. Or my snoring sound.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Hand for hand. Bob ain't gonna make it happen.
Babadoo. I don't know why that's funny.
Come, baby, come, baby, baby, come.
You gotta give me some love, you gotta give me some.
Bob Dewey.
Babadoo.
Sevens and fives for old E-Dog.
Got an open ender for James.
E-Dog's going to bet his two pair.
He's getting snap called.
James snap a call today.
Well, that's a pretty good card for James, even though he doesn't know it. Let's see what happens if Eric checks here. I would love to see a bet out of James. You can't win by checking.
Sevens and eights. Eights and sevens. They're good. Yeah, eights and sevens. We know. You got it. It's good. Oh, it's good.
Don't really know how to answer that question, Jeffrey.
I wonder who wins this.
The fans. The viewers.
I tell you, the real winners are the people of West Palm Beach.
Yes.
Every time I come to this place, it keeps getting better. I swear, I think they put something in the water.
I just may go down by the bay.
Eric with a very solid hand.
He's a
James with a solid hand. Bob without a solid hand. All 13 of us, yep.
So, again, this is not a pot-sized bet. I would have liked to see a pot-sized bet with James's hand, to be completely honest. This is barely a min click. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're letting these guys in for free, basically. I would have just... I don't know. I don't like the 35K sizing here. I would like to see a full pot size 60K raise.
That's why we like you, Jeff, because you bring the viewers. People want to see the train wreck. 6, 7.
Wow, James actually flops a monster here. He got lucky by
10.
with his little tiny raise pre-flop. But this is a huge flop for him, and he has the nut blocker.
Ace blocker, yeah. Nobody has clubs, so
No, he's got
safe.
top pair, open-ended. His hand.
I don't think he's got any action though.
No, he's not. That's the whole point. I mean, he's lucky to be winning what he's winning on a flop like that.
Big hand too.
Yeah.
Eric shows that he had a gut shot.
It's funny how in Omaha there's a lot more showing of the hands than in Hold'em. Like I'd say there's probably like 40 to 50% of these hands are shown just because everyone wants to show their hand. But in
Well, they want
Hold'em,
to talk about it. They want to show them, talk about it. Hey, did you see what I had here?
right?
Was
But
that-
it's
should
different in Hold'em because it's either just they don't want to give out the
Oh, yeah.
information, or
Oh,
they
yeah.
just or the hands just aren't as good, or there's not as many of them. I mean, you can have there's obviously 6 combinations of hands you can have in Omaha as opposed to just one combination in Hold'em. So I think that
Hands play themselves in Omaha more than Hold'em.
even more so that it's kind of
Yeah.
weird that they show them. It's like, well, yeah, I know you have aces, or yeah, I know you have a flush here when it comes and you bet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. You want Bob in with that shit hand? You'd think by his expression he was laying down second. It's the thing with Omaha, Jeff, is that you always feel like you're folding the nuts. You know, there's so many redraws. All right, it's an interesting flop. James is open-ended. Eric's got a gutter ball. Actually, Eric's got a double gutter.
Whoever wants to take the initiative on this probably going to win it.
I don't know. I think
Why? Who's going to call a big bet?
Eric's calling a big bet. Not anymore. No, you're right. If someone had bet big on that flop, everyone else is folding because I guess you're just repping the nuts, right? You're just repping 5-6, and no one else really wants to call with any kind of other shittier gutter balls.
Right. He doesn't even have to have a big
Right.
hand. It's just like I might be calling for the second best hand.
Right.
Eric, just fold it, buddy. We know you're doing it. He's counting. What are you representing when you're like counting like this? At what point in time, when you're doing this, or do you have any other moves left? You don't have any other moves left if you're pointing at your hand and calling numbers.
Has anyone ever done that and had the nuts while they're doing that? They're like,
No, yeah, you've done this to put the hand down and go, I raise,
Right.
without it like serious as a heart attack. You know what I mean? I've done that before, just joking around, like, oh yeah, I call, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
I wonder what Jeff's commentary on that pointing at your cards and then folding maneuver is.
pointing at your cards, counting in your head as you're pointing at them with your hand up. It's a fold. That's a fold. We know you're folding. You know you're folding. You have no more moves after that. You've boxed yourself into an absolute corner. You're gonna like represent like a strong hand out of the blue after that. All right. Anywho, Bobo. With nothing, can't call.
Bobo away.
And now the two big stacks.
These guys probably aren't going to play each other too hard with Bob sitting over there short stack.
I agree with that. All diamonds.
Nobody's got any of that, so
Yeah.
if one guy breathes on it, they might take it. If not,
Well, here's the thing. Eric's not going to breathe on it. And I think he's kind of showing James's hand. Like, I see James, like, saw his hand and then looked away because he didn't want to look at it, like, even more.
I mean, he is sticking it out like a foot past his chips. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you want to conceal those things. I don't know if you know how this game works here, but
this is such a terrible bet. If James wanted to, he could easily take this pot down. Like, what are you betting with the queen here for?
well, no, James.
You're only getting
saw
called with
his,
something
I
worse.
guarantee you, James saw his queen. I guarantee you, he knows he has a queen, and he's wondering if he should just try to bet him off. Yeah, that's exactly what he's thinking right now. He called him? Okay, so he didn't see it.
Well, these hands are just.
No, they're not getting read
reading.
correctly.
Yeah. He's got a straight, right?
He says he's got a straight. Jack 9.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris is waiting for him to table his hand. Okay, that makes sense. Are you folding? I'm not allowed to read your hand until you flip up your whole hand. Like, you know what I mean?
That is correct.
I can't muck your hand. I also can't award you the pot. What am I doing here?
It's one of those tedious things when I'm dealing downstairs. And,
Oh, it happens all the time.
and
Somebody
it's that
throws up one
showdown.
hand.
They throw up one card, and they expect me to either push him the pot or push somebody else the pot. And I'm like, I literally can't do anything until
I'm
you
like,
either
I
show the other
can't-
card
yeah.
or you muck.
Yeah.
I can't. We're
tell
in
you what
purgatory.
you
We're at a
have.
standstill. I can't. Right. I can't. I literally can't do anything. You have to do this, and I can't push you the pot until you flip up your other card.
I was dealing with one of the guys that like always has moves on the 1-2. I'm not gonna say his name out loud because you know him. And he makes a bet. The guy calls. He shows him that he's got the ace, which is there's a pair, an ace on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So he shows him he's got the ace, like just like one card like that, because the guy made the call. He's like, I got the ace, and the guy mucks his hand, and then he wants to muck his hand. I'm like, no, that's not. You can't do that. I'm like, you got to show the hand. He's like, well, he folded. I'm like, because you showed him a card. I'm like, now you have to show your whole hand.
So what would have happened in that situation? Exactly how you just said it. He shows the ace, the other guy mucks his hand, and then the other guy doesn't want to show the other card. What if he mucks too? Then who wins the pot?
That's exactly what happened. And I took his hand and I flipped it up.
But what if you didn't? What if that guy who had the ace mucked his cards?
Oh, mucked his cards before the other guy mucked his cards?
No. The other guy mucks his cards. The other guy shows the ace, doesn't show the other card, and then mucks it.
I would call the floor.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
I mean, they would
I was
probably
like, he never
push him.
tabled his hand.
Right.
This guy mucked his hand, but he showed him one card, and then he mucks his hand. It's the last live hand. There's no live hands, though. We're talking about no live hands.
I mean, somebody has to take the pot.
You would assume, right?
Yeah.
Goes to the dealer. Thanks, everybody. This has been a lot of fun.
They don't make that mistake again.
Oh, shoot. We got
an all in. Bob's all in with a not very good hand. He's going to need an ace. Literally
Still
just an
needs
ace.
an ace?
No, even an ace wouldn't have done it.
Oh.
I think he was drawing dead on the turn because he had kings and jacks. Yeah, Jeff, we're just saying, like, in a cash game, if, like, one guy shows the ace, which is good, the other guy mucks his hand.
But he doesn't table his hand. He just flashes the ace to the player that called him.
Right, and then he mucks his hand. So we don't see what his second card is, and technically he didn't table his hand. He just showed the guy the ace and then mucks, and then his cards hit the muck. We basically have an unclaimed pot.
I mean, you give the guy to the ace to the guy who folded first.
Yeah, but you give him a talking to too. Don't.
Yeah,
be,
you give him a talking to. Don't pull that stuff here, please.
This ain't
what I
your
mean?
mama's home game.
Right. It's not a home game. It's not a private game. You don't know this guy. I don't know you. Like,
Oh, and God forbid, follow the rules.
Yeah.
Table your hand. What are you too cool to show your other card? You want to show the 3?
That's what it was. It was a big raise. He was squeezing with like an ace 7.
Right.
And he didn't want to show that he had the 7. He wanted to just,
Yeah.
take down the pot without having to show that he's been squeezing every single raise with nothing for the last 15 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't want to show this. And he's a notorious, like puts his chips in. Terry, every time he puts his chips in, he's always got like a little over half of the bet. So enough that if he puts the whole stack in, it's technically a raise. And like he's like looks around as he cuts chips to decide what he's going to do. And it's like every single time. It's like, hey, listen.
This is the same guy you're talking about?
Yeah. It's like, listen, I get it. I get what you're doing. You know what I mean? I'm like, but do you have to do it every single time? Can't you just?
Is it Will?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
I mean, like, that's so gross that I even know that. You know.
I know.
But
You
but
just
he
pulled that name out,
bro.
But it's every single time.
He angles more than like I played private games with him too, and he angles in those games too. Like
Yeah, no, that's his enjoyment is angling.
It's so terrible. Like I actually see it happen. I'm like, is no one going to say anything about what this guy just did? He'll actually he'll just call under the gun. He'll throw in a 5, and then everybody just smooth calls around.
Will.
And
Yo, listen to this one.
Hold on. We're muted. Jeff, that's funny because I just muted us, and I looked over to. Yeah, there is. Sure it does. It has to work, right?
Don't worry about it. Anyways, the same exact.
See, look, I'll show you. Come here. Steph, come here. But I'm looking at the levels of us talking. I don't trust you. I trust technology.
Anyways, Jeff, listen to this one. So in the same exact down, it's on him. It's 100 to call. There's about 300 in the pot. He grabs his calculator.
Stop.
He grabs his phone and he starts typing in on the calculator. And then he folds. And I'm saying to myself, I'm like, everybody's laughing at him. Like, dude, you really just pulled out your calculator?
Was he being serious here, or was he trolling?
He is 100% serious.
Can you do that?
I don't know. It's a great question.
I can't imagine if you can't do any chat GTOs or chat GPTs or whatever they're called.
Yeah, no, dude, he was doing it. I'm saying to myself, oh my God,
Keep talking.
is he actually trying to put? With a jack kicker, we'll do it.
I'm listening to it on Twitch right now. I pressed the mute while he was talking, then it muted on Twitch.
Jeff says you're not allowed to use a calculator. I agree with that. I would not let people use calculators either. I mean, it's no poker solver, but still, are you really using a calculator out of 1-2 game? What are we doing here right now?
I've seen more angles out of him than in a geometry class. Oh! See what I did there?
He's got more angles than angles got angles.
Oh, my God. That's a lot of angles. Kurt angles. All right, guys. We are heads up for all the monies.
Money, money, money. Heads up. Eric versus James. Battle of the Omaha
Profits.
Championship.
Oh, okay.
Every hand's a battle of the blinds.
Everyone. Ooh, that's about as good a flop as you'd hope for if you're James with a little wrap. Put it to Betsky. Take it down. I mean, really, at this point, you should be betting every flop if you're James.
Yeah, but that was a pretty big bet.
No, well, that was a big hand, but I'm saying
Yeah.
if,
No, but
if your
I wanna-
opponent's going to check every time, bet every time. I mean,
Heads up, I just like to establish betting small.
sure.
Yeah, right off the bat, we're just going to bet small a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we're going to figure it out from there. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
Even if I smashed it, small bet.
I agree.
Didn't smash it, small bet. I just want to frustrate him with small bets.
Yeah. And eventually he's going to get in there when you have a big one.
Yeah,
No, I'm
exactly.
with you. But still, bet. Don't just check it down just because you don't have anything. If your
God, no.
opponent's checking and you
God,
have the
no.
big stack by 2-1, bet that shit.
Yes. Agreed.
And I like your take. Bet small.
Yeah.
Because those small bets are still going to take it down.
And there's really no small bet at this level, so
Right.
20,000 is
You are not wrong.
huge. $759.
Pretty good flop for James. He's got a bit of a wrap.
Yeah. Open ender.
Yeah, I guess it's more of an open-ender.
And some backdoor club draws. How do you not bet?
I got nothing there.
What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for the nuts heads up? Check to you. Now stop it. You stop right now, Eric. You just hit the flush.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Watch him check it.
I mean, he has the best hand now, but still, if I'm James and that's
he's
the
got
run
the second nuts and he.
No, they don't
Oh,
have
no,
a flush.
there's a
They don't
paired
have
board.
flush. They don't have. There's no flush out there.
Oh, there isn't?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But either way, James should have been betting that turn and that river. If
I
your
know.
opponent is checking, let's take that pot down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What is it? 50K each round, every two hands, 50K.
It's funny they showed the VPIP of heads up. It's like, oh man, everybody should be at 90. And the days go by. Blah 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 blah.
Babadoo.
There we go. A little min raise.
Ooh.
Or no, 50. I'm
There's
sorry.
Some playable hands. Wow, we should be all in here.
Yes.
Heads up.
This should probably do it right here.
Yeah.
Eric.
I mean,
about as good
both
as you're
these-
gonna get,
both
my
these
man.
guys have monsters here. So it looks like James put in the raise on the button, but I mean, kind of interesting for Eric to just be calling heads up with this hand. Eric does not want to see an ace.
Wow, he just called, man. What is going on in this world today?
Eric flops the nuts, basically.
Eric flops the nuts is right. Rob. Oh, my Rob. There you go, big fella.
Oh, he's betting quarter pot. You're gonna let your guy come in and smash an ace or a king here? I mean, it's obviously what he's going to do.
Holy smokes, Jeff! You can't write this. You couldn't write it.
Crazy.
Yeah, kings are good. Way too.
Eric's trying to figure out how he caught that king, and the answer is because you bet quarter pot. Gotta bet more, buddy.
He's like, you lucky bastard catching that on the river.
They're talking about counting the chips before the hand for the ICM. No, sir. I don't think I will.
These guys are knitting it up now.
No,
with the
sir.
ICM
I don't think
thing.
so.
He's so
I'll
sad.
be honest.
Now you want to do ICM?
I'm
Just
not
go
doing
for
ICM
second
now.
place now.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we talking about? $100?
Look at Jeff. Jeff, you are the star of the chat. I wish I could give you some kind of a high rating or something. I don't know.
Like,
I don't know how Twitch works, but you're killing it.
Jeff is the algorithm.
Jeff's like, how do I not win every tournament?
It's the damn dealers. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking dealers, man.
When you're right, you're right.
Eric with a smooth call. James is going to check. Eric now in position. Let's see what he does with a check over to him.
Let's see. James has a pair and a straight draw. Eric has nothing except a pair of deuces. I would have liked to see James bet this, but, what do I know?
There you go. That's how you look at your hand, Eric.
Oh, that's a pretty good turn.
Don't flip your hand up like that, man. James, he doesn't want to look at them, but he will look at them if you show them to him.
It's true.
That's what I say to people that lift them up. I'm like, listen, I don't want to see your hand, but I will look if you show them to me. Like, I can't help
I
it.
will always say something once, sometimes twice. I'll be like, I can see your hand. If it happens twice, I'll say it again. If you're going to keep showing it to me, I'm not going show me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep telling you that I can see your hand. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you. Now he wants to do the ICM? Why don't you wait till you have one chip, then decide to do the ICM?
No, just get over here.
Every hand's a cost-benefit analysis. Is that it? We're chopping? All right, so first place, second place, you know the deal.
So first place was 1,900. Who took 17?
Jeff. Like
No, first place took 17.
Silver Fox.
7. Okay. He took like 30. Okay.
I'm back.
Okay.
Hi, Silver Fox. It's on earlier.
Jeff.
Stephanie
Steph
wishes
says hello.
you a hello there.
She says she wishes you had made it further in the tournament because you look really good on camera.
Folks, that's it. Finito. 1,700 for first, which means
13 something for second.
he made an extra 200 by ICM, and so I guess you probably should have just went for the whole gusto. I don't know, but hey, that's the wrap. That's it. We thank you for chatting, Jeff. Thank you for bringing us over the 100 mark with your 98 comments. Jorge, thanks for chatting. Bluke, driving the big rig, thanks for chatting. And Adam Jacksonville, thanks for chatting. IB Platinum, Thanks for chatting, Nancy. Oaks, thanks for starting us off. And that's it, folks. Thank you for tuning in.
And we'd like to thank our production crew. We'd like to thank Kevin. We want to thank Rob, James, Steph, all the dealers, that tall Josh. He's actually taller than his name would lend you to think. He's taller than that.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, we'd like to thank everybody. Thank all the chatters. Without you guys, we're literally talking to dead air.
And
So-
Terry, thank you.
Thanks, man. Thank you.